grab your seat. Sunday spotlights, here it's a treat. Tombi's chilling, the vibes are right. Let's talk small streamers and shine some light about creators we know and love. They make the content we can't get it enough of. The grind of being small can really be tough. So Sunday we show love. As we build our community and family, making space for the ones who are like me. But this is more than marks and they're more than creators. I call them friends, now I'll see you later. Spotlight, Sunday spotlight. Spotlight, Sunday spotlight. Spotlight, Sunday spotlight. Spotlight, Sunday spotlight. About Christ's wise, we know we love and make the content we can't get enough of. The grind of being small can really be tough. So Sunday we show love as we build our community and family, making space for the ones who are like me. But this is more than marks and they're more than creators. I call them friends, now I'll see you later. Spotlight, Sunday spotlight. Spotlight, Sunday spotlight. Spotlight, Sunday spotlight. Sunday spotlight. Sunday spotlight. Spotlight. Sunday spotlight. Spotlight, Sunday spotlight. Spotlight, Sunday spotlight.
Good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sunday Spotlight with me, Tombi. And as always, we are going to be bouncing around and just talking with the usual suspects and having a look at small streamers and creators. Well, welcome everybody. And we've got an absolutely banger of a stream today because I have not just one special guest, not just two special guests, but we've actually got three today. So welcome everybody to the episode number 25 of the Sunday Spotlight. And let's jump in straight into the deep end and say hello to our special guests.
Hey!
Good afternoon, guys. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. So round the horn, we have got MrsDadManWalking, and who has just certainly hit a very important milestone. So we'll get into that very shortly. It's good to see you, Mrs. Dadman. How are you doing?
It's good to be here. I am doing well. I'm still kind of riding that wave and still a little hyper and excited about it. But yeah, doing fantastic. The time change is killing me, but besides that, doing good.
Oh, bless your heart. And with that, you've also got the partner in crime to the Dadman, Mr. Dadman himself. How you doing?
I'm good, Tommy. Actually, she's the one in charge, you know. But it's listen, she's my IT department. And everything. I can't function without her. I'm only able to stream because of her. She does all the graphics, the things. She's like, "How do you survive at work?" I said, "We have an IT department." She said, "Have you turned it on, turn it off?" I don't know what button. I just
I
turned the
was
power off in the living room. She's like, "Did you hit the switch?" I said, "Where is it?"
I
So,
was just about to say
but yeah,
the one mistake you made there is admitting that she was in charge. I
well,
never
I
say that
had
to my
to.
wife. I know she
But
is.
well, I tell you what, I had the most special, wonderful, beautiful wife in the world, and she deserves every bit of credit and praise to it. So, because
Oh,
at the
thank
end of the day,
you.
she does know, she does push it back to me and say, "Hey, you're the one in charge." So, but I do know that
I
I
make
would
him
not
be
be where I am
responsible
without
for the
her.
big stuff.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
just do the little stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
indeed,
But thank you,
indeed.
Tombi. I'm honored to be on. Glad to be here. Glad it's on a day where I'm not working. Thank you so much.
No, that's what it's all about, brother. That's what it's all about. And I've been looking forward to getting you both on the show. And with that, let's introduce Tony Stark. Here he is, the man, the legend himself. Welcome, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's my turn. Sorry. Alex, can you repeat the question, please? Hi, everybody. I'm your local YouTube Iron Man, and I'm here to hopefully entertain you all with perhaps a bit of a sing-song and maybe bring out a few of the many characters that I host on my show. And thank you, Tombi, for hosting me in my little corner of the internet. It is a pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much indeed. So, for the benefits of everybody out there watching the show and just tuning in, I've got awesome creators. We're going to go through the motions with each of them. As you know, usually we look at small creators across YouTube, Rumble, Kick, Twitter, Twitch, and anywhere else. But this week, because we've got special guests on, we are going to be asking them all about their creator's journey, what they find the most easiest thing about streaming, what they find the most difficult, what do they like to do when they're streaming, and also opportunities for learn. Because one of the things I like to take away from all of my guests is something I can learn from them, because I like to use this as kind of like a two-way street of sharing of knowledge, sharing of information, and sharing of company, which is what it's all about.
Mhm.
So, with that said, let's quickly say hello to the chat because there's plenty of them already. We've got Mirden in chat as well. Good to see you, brother. Myself and Mirden, with Smoother DJ, we play Final Fantasy 14. Normally, we play it just on the Sundays, but I think we're going to have to play it a little bit more often these days because one day a week is not enough time to spend with the brother from another mother. And then, of course, we've got the lovely Yarny. We've got Yarnwich in the chat as well, who's
Hello,
just
hello.
passed her 500
Yes,
milestone.
congratulations.
Absolutely fantastic news.
We had her on one of our squirrel streams recently, and it was crazy. It was like just well, you don't know what'll come
Fun,
out
fun,
and
fun,
come out.
fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And the thing is that Yanni's so um, energetic and
Hmm.
laughable and likable as a character as well. And I can just imagine just listening into the squirrels. So for those that don't know, Dadman does a kind of like a squirrel stream, and it's deliberately called a squirrel stream for want of a
Hmm.
better description because it can tangentially go anywhere. Just like
Yeah.
dogs chasing a squirrel in the park, the
Oh
conversation
yeah.
can start with one thing and go somewhere completely different.
Hell, we
Mhm.
asked one trivia question, and it could be 40 minutes later we finally get the answer. So, but hey, it's designed that way.
Yep.
But thank you.
And,
Yeah.
and then we got Clifton 3D, who I also had the pleasure of having on this show a few weeks back. Clifton, good to see you, brother. Thank
Hey,
you
Clifton.
very much indeed for joining us in chat. Then we got brother Rick Cleary. How you doing? It's good to see ya. Good to see ya. Then Agent Atwood. What's up,
Hey,
all?
Atwood.
Oh, hello,
And
Atwood.
Atwood as well. Good to see you. Thank you very much indeed for joining. And skipping through, who have I missed out? Obviously, we've got the man, the legend, Stark of Iron with us, living a dream, dreaming to live. That's all we can ask for. That's all we can ask for.
Well,
Hyper.
that's a phrase that I coin a lot. And
l-
whenever I get to a milestone where I can actually start releasing some merch, that's going to be on one side of the shirt, with one on the back being hopefully not to wake up to die.
Yeah. Yep. That's the important message. I mean, most people that join me in chat will always hear me saying "living the dream." If ever I join in someone's chat as well, and they say, Tombi, how you doing? It's always literally living the dream, because that's what I feel like I am doing. I'm getting to entertain people and getting to talk on my side of the pond to many people from around the world. And I get to spend time with you fine folk in chat. And we got Hyperbolic Ninja, who says, dude, what the F is going on with YouTube today? This is the second stream that I didn't get a notification for. Oh, well, hello, everybody. That's been happening an awful lot. That has been happening an awful lot.
It seems like nobody gets my notifications, but it's
The
it's a way of life,
YouTube
it
chat
seems like.
itself is so unstable.
Yeah, and the thing is, YouTube chat keeps on falling over for so many people. I rarely have an issue with my chat now, but I remember just going back a year ago, and even just dropping a super chat into someone's was impossible because it would fail 99 times out of 100. And whether it was because of my location or because there's some hidden limit on how much I can put across to people, it's just bonkers. You would think chat is one thing that should be the most robust thing across all applications. Whether you're on YouTube, Rumble, Kick, Twitter, it doesn't matter. Make sure your chat is working all of the time. Because if you don't, it's so easy for people to get turned off because they're not able to interact with you.
Right. That frustration. I've been there.
Yep.
You know.
Bishop. So Bishop opening. The video editor of the gods is with us in chat as well. If you ever need any form of video editing, just reach out to him, guys. He knows his shit. He's also taught me quite a bit as well. Because I'm no expert. Believe you me, I'm no expert. I've been piecing things together. I've been doing the old trial and what's the word I'm looking
Error.
trial and error approach to pretty much everything. If I don't know something, I'll reach out to people and say, kind of, how do you look at this? YouTube is full of guides. I'll try and put all of that together, which is why you can see all of this stuff happening all around the screen. Trial and error, guys. Trial and error. But Rick, Brother Rick's asking the tangential question of the day. Hell, Brother Tombi, off topic, but have you ever heard of something called a spice bag? I just saw Andy Cooks doing one, and now I'm obsessed with trying one. Right, okay, a spice bag is an Irish thing. Does anybody in the panel know what a spice bag is before I explain it?
Nope. I know Spice Girl, but not a spice bag.
All I know are the ones like where you put spices in a like a cheesecloth and
So that's a bouquet
use-
garni.
yeah.
Tony, do you know what a spice bag is, sir?
I'm kind of afraid to know it's.
So,
Is it?
believe it or not, spice bag is an amazing Irish invention where they'll get basically a Chinese. You'll have your sweet and sour chicken, or you'll have your duck fried rice, or whatever it is. All goes into a bag with chips, with sauce, and everything else, and basically they call it a spice bag.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that sounds good.
And it's just an amalgamation of potato, sauce, and Chinese food.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up.
And you should definitely be able to go into any Chinese and American and just say, right, give me a spice bag, and they will probably understand what that is. And if they don't, just look up Irish spice bag. Give me one of those. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, Rick, definitely you want to try it. Very easy to make and very enjoyable. Just a shed load of carbs. So just be aware the food coma will come, and it will come quick, and you will be sleeping the rest of the day. You will be sleeping. Right, I'm going to skip through and see who I haven't said hello to. Abe, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Galadorn as well. Galadorn in chat. Usual suspects, which is what I like to see. And then Figgy. Figgy, oh snap. I was just about to be late. Stupid daylight savings. To be honest, we should just do away with daylight savings across the world.
Agreed.
A lot of the usefulness of daylight savings went out of the window in the late 60s. So
You know, we did hear something kind of for daylight savings last night. People that live further up north,
Hmm.
with the daylight savings, they get more it more sun or more day. It changes the daylight or something. They said that,
Yeah.
but I don't. Where I live, I hate it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I am the one that matters. Is it not true? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, don't get me.
Wow.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Obviously, the further north you live, the less sunlight you are going to see. Similarly, the further south you live, exactly the same.
Yeah,
There's only so much of the Earth can be covered by sunlight at any
right.
one time.
But what freaked me out was we went up north to Cincinnati in August one year, and at 10 o'clock at night it was friggin' still sunlight. I'm like,
Yeah,
that was just like, and that's in August, and I'm like, what? How do you people live up here with the sun? I know blackout curtains and stuff, but I'm like, I thought it was bad when our summers it gets dark at 9 o'clock, but
yeah,
dang, like putting kids to bed if you had to send them to school. I was like,
yeah.
that's crazy.
And then
That's
we've
why
got
you.
Steve. Yeah, sorry, Dadman. Go, Mrs.
No,
Dadman.
I just no. It's nothing. I was gonna say that's why we homeschool. That way, our kids can go to sleep and wake up whenever they wanted.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we've got Daramoof, who's watching over on Rumble. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Yes, we are live on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Kick, Rumble, and on Locals. So enjoy. Make your comments in the chat. And also, as always, just pop into the descriptions on all of those platforms. Look at bottom left-hand corner, bottom right-hand corner over that bottom left-hand corner over there, because all of the details for the guys that are on the show, make sure you go and sub to them all. Because they are great content creators. Grizzle Entertainment has joined us as well as Static 2020. Oh, just getting started. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Daylight savings is kind of like kicked in. I almost made an error by telling the panel the wrong time. And then it realized that, and it was Heel versus Babyface that actually twigged me onto this, that the daylight savings had actually hit. So I had to quickly send him a message and say, yeah, just yeah, it's this time.
What's funny is I got up in the middle of the night to go to the facilities, and I caught your message because I went to bed specifically early to make the venue, and I'm like, oh, great, I can sleep another hour. Fantastic.
And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Uncle Martin with the mountain bike, another new streamer and content creator that is definitely on his way. Yanni's a natural, a screamer when you blurp a jump scare. Yes, indeed. And she's so in it.
I had
She's
to
not.
turn her off at work the other day because the screaming was like, and like at work, it's like, I'd love to listen, but like, the
Yep.
demonologist or but the one I thought with her, that mortuary assistant, just seemed to fit her. But yeah, I had to literally, yeah, those jump scares are natural.
Yep. And then we've got Jake in chat as well. How you doing, Jake? It's good to see you, my friend. Jake was actually asking some really good questions a couple of weeks back of where to start, how to start. And Jake, a lot of the guides that I'm doing currently on my channel are all to kind of like help yourself with those ideas of how to start and the direction you want to go. So good to see you, Jake. Good to see you. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. And then let's skipping through. I'm just going to focus on new joiners. New joiners. A huge Opie Studios. Hit like button. Thank you very much indeed. It's good to see you as well. It's good to see you. Great channel name, as Ninja says. Yep, very good channel name. Any of the wrenches that are currently in chat, if you want to drop links to people that are coming and going, just feel free. Mirren, daylight savings is a relic of World War II, stupid Democrats' policy. I mean, the thing is, the whole idea behind daylight savings was mostly to give farmers more daylight working time. And that was it. And certainly in the UK, that was exactly the reason why it was brought in here. But since the advent of electricity, it's just, we don't need it. We literally don't need it. Power is available pretty much anywhere now, so it's long. The more you know. Yes. Bend over! And we're almost We're almost up to date and up to speed with the chat. We're only 1 minute behind, which is great because then we can start looking at our panelists and everything that goes on. I just want to grab a quick link to someone. So let me just do this. I can hear myself. I hate my own voice.
A link. I hate my own voice too. That's why I have like I don't know 100 others.
Yeah. Do you know what? And it's funny. I mean, I was literally just about to say, when I'm streaming, I've got feedback that's come through to tell me how loud I'm being, and so I can hear my own voice. I assume Tony's got exactly the same routine going on. Where you get some
Unfortunately,
positive feedback from your mics. For Mrs. Dadman, do you have something very similar where you can hear yourself, so you kind
Nope.
of you just go for
I
it?
just wing it, man. I
man,
thought the chat says we can't hear you or you're too loud, and I'm like, okay, well, let's see if we can fix that.
man, to have the confidence in being myself, that would be nice.
Yep.
Well,
I'm just gonna
it's not
drop.
necessarily having the confidence if you can fake it. Yeah, I'm the biggest badass around here. Kicking around.
I
like, when the
fake it.
missus gets
I fake it till I make it.
Oh, I tell you what, when Mrs. comes in like a freaking wrecking ball, yeah, it's like, yeah. But
So Jake in chat is one of our younger watchers, and whilst most of these shows are 18 and above, obviously you just got to understand every now and again, Jake, there's going to be cursey words and sweary words. But because he is a young content creator, I'm going to drop his link into chat. Feel free to go and check out his gaming content. He is just starting his long journey down the road. So yeah, pop across, and certainly I'll get the grandkids and the young ones to pop across and sub to you as well, Jake. It's good to see you though, my friend. It's good to see you. And then we got Chuck Jose. I despise. Do you know what? Every single person I talk to hates daylight savings.
Yeah.
Really hates it. I mean, why? And do you know the worst thing is the American daylight savings switch is different from the UK's.
Yes. I have a Sashi is someone that's in my my morning show. He comes in. Well, he was a 12-hour difference. So mine was at 10. So he could usually watch the whole show 10 to 12. And then all of a sudden, it became a 13-hour difference when we did. And so I'm hoping we're back down to I think we're back down to the 12-hour difference now. So he'll be able to enjoy the whole show because he only have to watch half of it. Then he's like, it's midnight. I got to go to bed. I'm like, good night.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I do like the fall part. I like going back an hour for next extra hour of sleep. But if we could just keep falling backwards,
Agreed.
But
I'm gonna give you a little bit of a thought experiment. It's not really a thought experiment as much as just an observation. So everybody loves the fall because you get an extra hour in bed.
right.
But then you've just got to understand that in the spring, that's where that hour comes from. So you're not gaining, you're not losing. You're actually just getting back what you should have done in March. Yes.
To every season, turn.
I just focus on the positive.
Daylight
get more
savings will burn. You will wake up groggy in the morning.
Yep. Not just me. Jose's like, yeah, I hate it. Absolutely hate it. And East Rhoda, multitasking, so can't say hi to all individually. It's good to see you, brother.
Why, hello there.
Rick asked the question, is Mrs. Dadman 55 using a headset mic?
yes. Yes, I am. So I have yes, because I can't afford anything else right now. That's what I'm hoping, monetization, so I can get some equipment.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that I've been very, very lucky because as an IT consultant, I can basically offset a lot of the costs that the equipment would ordinarily bring because I'll use it for work. So if
Right.
I needed to build myself a new PC, if I need a new camera, if I need decent audio, decent mixer, or anything like that, then I would essentially look at it from a work angle and say, right, okay, how can I offset the cost against work? Okay, new PC, I'm going to build a new PC. It's going to increase my productivity by 30%, 40% over the course of the next 2-3 years. So, which basically means I can take a day off a week and still get the same amount of output. So
Right.
I kind of like use work as a route for a lot of those processes. But I've also got an awesome, like Mr. Dadman here, I've also got an awesome wife who listens to her husband quite often. And when I say, oh, do you know what? I could do with a new mixer, cough, cough. Look at this new mixer, cough. Have you seen this new mixer? It's got all these bells and whistles, cough, cough, cough. And then next thing you know, from my birthday, Christmas, I'm opening a box and I'm like, amazing! How did you think of such an awesome present for your husband?
How did you know?
See,
Can I interject real quick?
Yeah, go for it, sir.
Tommy? Because that brings up one of the classic stories we've talked about. I got Mrs. a deep fryer one Christmas because I wanted fried chicken at home, and it's not what she wanted, so she hated it. Well, then a couple years later, she said she wanted a set of Ryobi power tools, like a big set box. So I'm like, you don't, and I'm like, okay, I learned my lesson, so I got her power tools. My mom ended up like, why are you getting her power tools? I said, that's what the wife likes. She appreciates it, and I learned from that day, if she asks for something specific, you get it. And
Yeah.
power tools are
And I've
practical
used them,
non-toxic.
didn't I? I built
Yep.
stuff with them, didn't I? Yes, I did.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
he benefited from getting the power tools.
Yeah. I knew not to make the wife angry again after that one. So.
Well, no, it's I do stuff. I built furniture and
No, I
I
meant the
closed
deep
in the
fryer.
garage.
No, I meant the deep fryer. It's like
Yeah.
I learned to listen.
And sometimes you have to. I mean, the thing is that with the setups that I've obviously got, most of it has come out at the back of just everyday working. Now, when I obviously got monetized on YouTube, I always made the agreement that whatever comes in, super chats, memberships, all that good stuff, doesn't ever go on anything other than either paying it forward to someone else's channel or investment into the Tombi channel in terms of overlays or EV mux or any of the applications that I'm using. Because, I mean, the thing is, I'm quite fortunate. I've got a decent enough job. It pays well. But I like to spend my time making other people's journey a little bit better. Whether it's a journey through streaming, content creation, or just generally through life, I just like to be there to kind of like give people the hand up when they need. And then we got Buddy Hepburn's joined us as well.
Hey,
And
buddy.
then,
Hey, buddy.
Ah, Buddy Hepburn, a pleasure.
and
Didn't
then
I just see you last night? I think I did.
Bacon Sani with well, tickle my testicles. It's only Tombi. Yes,
I like
Bacon
the way you
Sani.
said that. I'm glad I'm not the only one that says that word that way. So that's cool.
Testicles.
Testicles, yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's got to be done. And then we've also got Major Zap in the house as well. And Major Zap, I've actually found there's so many friends jumping into the channel, so many friends jumping into chat. And Major Zap, I bumped into, and I actually do charity streams with Major Zap. We do the Extra Life charity every year. Last year was my first full year of it. I'm looking forward to do another stream this time next week, doing a 8-hour stream either Friday or Saturday for the Extra Life charity. So definitely check.
It's a wonderful. That's a wonderful charity to support.
Yeah. And the hospital that I support is the Texas Children's Hospital. So it's a lot of people are like, why are you not raising for somewhere in the UK? And I'm like, because these platforms and these opportunities don't really exist for helping those in the UK. The UK is so backwards in so many ways. It's untrue. So for me, it's all about the Texas Children's Hospital. And why Texas Children's Hospital? It was mostly to do with one of the young girls that was the inspiration for founding Extra Life Charity. Obviously, she's no longer with us. Rest in peace. But I was taken with the story, and being a granddad to 12.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, kids, and no word of a lie, guys. Kids are our future. Kids are the future. So I'll do whatever I need to do to just help in whatever way. In
Give this
whatever
man
way.
a round of applause. Heart of solid platinum.
Right. Anyway, that's enough talking about me. I'm boring as shit. Let's talk to our lovely guests. And of course, I'm going to start going left side. We're going to go anti-clockwise around the room. Mrs. Dadman,
Oh,
welcome. Thank you for joining, and congratulations on hitting that magical number.
yes. And I want to thank you for just doing all the shout outs and Yarnwich did shout outs and Sci-Fi did shout outs and I know Mark D with a C has done shout outs. And anybody else, I thank you because I wouldn't be at that number without that. So thank you all very much for that. Humbled, and it could not have come at a better time. So yes, thank you.
No, you're more than welcome. And the thing is that what makes me laugh, not laugh in as much as ha ha ha, that's so funny, but just a figurative speech
Yeah.
from my position is that you've been streaming now for quite a while now.
Well, it's just a little over a year. It hasn't been. It seems sometimes longer than that, but it's. I think November was it November. I'm not a date person, and I forget things. It was a year. It's been a year in November, right?
Yeah, it was November, I believe. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
when you did
Yeah,
your
November.
anniversary stream.
yeah.
But it's the coordinated effort. It's the
Mhm,
non-coordinated effort to coordinate pushing the shout outs and things like that.
mhm.
Because I didn't speak to anybody else, so I wasn't aware anybody else was pushing the shout outs and all that good stuff. But it's almost like it was always destined to be this weekend that it just needed something to happen. And I'm glad it did. I'm glad
I, mhm.
that's finally hit the magic number.
Yes, and I kept going, "Okay, it's a little over 500." There's still not that cushion because, you're like, oh, because
YouTube being YouTube.
YouTube gives and YouTube takes away,
Yeah.
and I always joke and said, "Oh, I must have said something YouTube didn't like," because 'cause I'm sometimes critical of YouTube on my streams. Just in conversation, I'm like, "Oh, man, I said that they're gonna take away some of my subs," as a joke, but, I probably need to update that, but, it's pretty accurate. But yes, I actually started, being on Dadman's channel, and I was doing, brick builds, um, then, and, he's like, "You need to do your own channel." And I'm like, "I don't wanna do my own channel." He's like, "You need to do your own channel." I said he said, "People like you, you need to do your own channel." I says, "I don't wanna do my own channel." So I did it, and I started off, um, my first stream was doing a Doctor Who Lego, um, brick build with a
Yep.
Hungry Boy. So that was my very first stream.
I miss Hungry.
I'm hoping I'm hoping, um, I'm hoping he comes back. I miss
Yep,
him too. I
I've
miss
heard
him
from
too.
him lately. He's okay, but yeah,
There's
he's
just
around.
yep.
Is
So,
this an individual? Is it?
Yes,
Correct.
yes.
yes, it's a friend of
Okay,
ours. Yeah, so
gotcha.
Um,
Because I'm like,
yeah.
who are we talking about? And I'm like, yeah,
Well, I tell you, Hungry Boy is a guy that actually helped get me going to starting. He is actually the inspiration for the squirrel streams, because I would just say, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, Mrs. But since it came up, he's a great, and he's dealing with some things, so he's like we all have to recharge and things like that.
yeah,
But he's like, hey, Dad, he really believed in me and wanted to stream, so he's like, I'm like, Killer Clowns, let's do a stream on it. Yeah, sure. What time was it? It was like friggin' 2 o'clock in the morning Eastern, my time. I'm like, Yeah, let's go dive. He's like, 2 a.m. there? Sure. He's like, sure, let's do it. I mean, we would start a stream at 11 o'clock at night and end up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I got to get up at 7 to go to work next day. So, that's the type of thing. And that's kind of the big inspiration he did for both of us to help us encourage and all that. And like I said, our first squirrel stream took like we wanted to do breakfast cereals. It took 3 different streams, and then the first stream we realized we took 3.5 hours and covered like 36 topics
Yep.
just out of random fun. But that's a little bit about how he has influenced both of our channels, and he came on specifically for Mrs. to help support her on that first one with the Doctor Who because she's building it, and then he knows the background. So
Yeah.
I'll be quiet now, Mrs. Sorry.
Thank you. Shh, can I mute him? Can I mute him? I'm just kidding.
Of course we can. So looking at this on your about section. Really, 2013 was when you actually created your account on YouTube.
Okay, the story behind when I created it. I actually have the video on my I just uploaded it recently. We were in St. Augustine, and at the Castillo de San Marco, they had a demonstration of the cannons,
Mm-hmm.
and I had all done, and I wanted to share it with, I don't know, my sister or something. Well, it was too big to upload, and I'm thinking, how can I share it with them? So I created the original channel, which I don't even remember what it was, just to upload that video so they could watch it. So for probably 20, 10 years, it just had that one video, and that was it, just so that they could watch it. So
Is
yes,
that video still on there?
I've actually put it. It's on my. It's in my videos. It's the that one right there, the cannon demonstration. So.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Castillo de San Marcos National Monument and this afternoon's historic weapons demonstration. What we're going to be doing for you guys is we're going to load and fire a cannon, but we're going to do it by using the 1740 Spanish garrison drill. This is the actual Castilian Spanish drill that would have used in this fort over 265
And no, they
years
did
ago.
not have gimbals back then.
This is part of the everyday
No.
life and experience of the soldiers who would have lived and worked here in the city of St. Augustine. So what you guys are going to get is a blast from the past. Fires one of the smaller guns.
I even did a little editing there.
Yeah, I did see it. I did see it.
What it means is it's made out of cast iron, and it fires a 6-pound ball about the size of a baseball. To give you an idea
Obviously,
what
we
these
won't
things are capable
watch
of in our
all
period.
of it.
3 pounds
Yeah,
of
so
gunpowder
that's
in this
basically,
thing,
yep.
within its normal load.
That was my
We can hit
first.
something as
I guess
far away as that
I guess I could
lighthouse
say I've
is
been
right now.
streaming since
That's a mile and a
2013.
half.
Let fly all guns.
Yeah, that's the bit I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So
No,
I actually have another one that I want to upload that we did just recently, and I don't remember what park it was in, Dadman, with the guy that we videotaped. He talking about a Civil War, but
That was Fort McAllister up near Savannah.
so but yeah, that was actually my very, very first video on my very, very first channel, which like I say, I don't even know what the channel is anymore. But I started with doing a brick build, and then because I'm insane and crazy, and I'm not diagnosed, but I do think I'm a little ADHD. I went, I really want to do a morning stream. So I'm going to say, I don't remember what the day was. Let's just say it was Monday, or I did the Doctor Who build stream. So I'm like, I want to do a morning stream. Okay. And so like the next day, or the day after, I started doing my morning stream, and I didn't have a name for it. And I think the Comic Relief Crusader, the one that named it Morning
Yes.
Musings, because I'm like, I got to think of a name. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
what are we going to do? And let's do birthdays and this, that. Well, I don't have, I do everything. I make it work. So I didn't have, the first graphics I did, I would actually do them on my MS Publisher. and then save them as pictures. I still do actually use MS Publisher and then
Wow.
save them as pictures. But and so I was making these um, um, you know, lists of images and doing all that. And so that's kind of how I started. I'm like, oh, let's do birthdays, and let's do this, and it was very time consuming. So I have because like I tell a lot of people, small creators, they're everything. They're the producers, the graphics, the
Yep.
sound,
Oh,
their own IT, they're everything. And unless you're fortunate to have someone to help you.
Yes.
And so and I had to keep a house, you know.
Yep.
So um, but I really enjoyed doing it, and so I was doing brick builds a lot more during the week, but it just got so overwhelming. I says, well, I'll do that once a week. So I've kind of um, t- uh, scaled it down, changed some stuff, but that's how I started. Then someone introduced me to PowerPoint.
Yeah.
And it's like, "Oh my gosh, that has made my morning streams so much easier to
Yeah.
do."
Atwood's just saying there.
Yes,
She was making
he
slides.
yes, and he's like, "Use PowerPoint," and I'm like, "I don't know how to do it. I don't want to." He's like, "Use Power," and so Atwood has been my second helper. Dadman has been just very, very supportive, and then Atwood has been that second one. Is like, use PowerPoint, do this. I said, I don't know how to do it. He says, and so he made me do it, and I'm going, oh my gosh, this is so much easier. It was like, so
Night and day difference.
and then I was like, gosh, I'd like to edit some videos, and someone shared um, a, a program that I do now with that. So I'm slowly, through talking to people, getting some stuff where it's making it easier. But I started off with build streams and my morning show, and then and my Legos and morning show, and that was for a long time. And then I found out the joys of watch parties, and that's
Yes.
my newest fun thing.
Yep.
And so um, I have watch parties, and I know they don't necessarily help a lot with anything, but I like them, and I like the people that come, and I get to watch shows which I would normally watch just alone by myself. I can now watch them with people, and that's what I said. That's why I do a lot of them. And like I'm watching Batman the animated series. I've never watched
Oh,
it.
amazing.
I have
oh, that
never
is an
watched it.
excellent choice, Mrs. Dadman.
So
Excellent.
that's on my Mondays, in the evening I watch it, and, I'm not watching them in advance, so on the stream is my initial first watching of them. So, so I've kind of found the joys of them, and, I do Legos, now I've added doing, like, a little craft section. I'm kind
Yep.
of like a hodgepodge channel, I do what I like. I like my morning show, I love my morning show, and I like doing crafts. I said, "Well, let me go ahead and, I'll stream it," and I'm always amazed at how many people come to watch me do diamond painting.
Yeah.
I'm putting these little things on there, and just chatting away. It amazes me, uh,
It's
the people that come for that and my builds. I knew people would come for brick builds
it's one
because
of the things to really take into consideration. So whenever I'm looking at content creation, whenever I'm playing games, I'm always interested to see how many other streamers are playing those games or doing that very
Mhm.
same thing. I'm also interested in how many people are also interested in it outside of streaming, because no matter and this is a general rule of thumb that I've really found with any content creator, there is always someone else that's interested in your hobby.
Mhm.
And if you're interested in your hobby, you can guarantee there's at least another 10 people interested in your hobby that will quite happily watch someone enjoying that same hobby. And that's what I've always found, whether it's
Mhm.
gaming, whether it's your diamond art, whether it's me doing my own art streams, me coding, building PCs, really is irrelevant. There's always someone out there who will always come about and say, do you know what? I really love doing this. Look at Yanni.
Mhm.
Yanni's a perfect example of
Mhm.
loves doing her crochet, and as a result, just people who are also interested in crochet. You look at Tiny Panda Face. I had never heard of Tiny Panda Face up until Yanni streams, and I think she's amazing
Mhm.
because she is there. She is crocheting things, making stuff with her hand. But the very fact that you're putting this content out there will attract other people that are interested in it.
And I have a full I have tried some other things and they haven't really worked because and I haven't had fun with them. And my I mean, if I'm going to be, doing something for 2, 3 hours at a block, I want to have fun. And,
Yeah,
and I've told myself, if I'm doing something and I'm not having fun, I'm going to stop doing it. Life's too short, you
yeah,
know.
100%. You've got to.
So
You've got to.
I might try something a couple weeks and I'm going, oh, this isn't really working for me. And I wouldn't care how many people are watching. I mean, if I'm miserable doing it, I'm not going to do it because, my 61st birthday is this Tuesday. You know, at this stage in my life, I'm going to do what's fun and what
Yeah,
I enjoy. And I know that doing it that way, people that are watching are going to enjoy it too.
yeah,
Because
exactly.
if you're miserable doing something,
Exactly.
it's not worth
You've got
doing.
to, you've 100%, any content creator, any streamer, you've got to be enjoying what you're doing because it
Absolutely.
is completely pointless if you are flogging yourself to create stuff for the sake of it. You are not going to enjoy it. You're not going to want to put the effort into it. You're going to find that you'll just get frustrated faster with it. And especially if you're in this rut where you might not see as much growth as other people,
Yep.
you're going to get so disheartened by it, you'll turn itself off. I have seen so many content creators that just call it time
Hmm.
because they view it as a burden on their time. It
Yep.
becomes more like a job at that stage. I enjoy doing the content creation. I
Hmm.
enjoy playing video games. I enjoy creating video guides in my own little way. Those guides are not going to be for everyone. Those games, the content, the streams
Right.
are not going to be for everybody. But
Hmm.
it's irrelevant. I enjoy doing that, and I'm hoping that a little bit of my enthusiasm translates over to the chat, and as a result, other people enjoy having them as well,
Yeah.
especially the guys that are interested in the same thing. So definitely
That
keep
that
doing what
that is so, so, so true.
mm,
Because I mean, it's been yeah, I've only been doing it a year,
mm,
and I was starting. I was enjoying what I was doing. If I didn't enjoy what I was doing, I would have quit already. I'm going. I like doing this, and I had my core group of people that would come to my shows and my chat, and I loved them. And and there are times I've told them that I would go into my morning show and I would be just exhausted,
yeah,
really not wanting to do the show.
yeah,
And I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna do this show." "Okay, let's put the smile on." And, I would look at the chat, and my show started at 10 a.m., and I would look at the chat, and at 9:30, there would be people there. I'm gonna get emotional. People there, and they're talking to each other, and they're engaging with each other, and that's what I wanted for my morning show. It wasn't, all about me, it was about us.
yeah,
And I'm seeing them and they would just lift I told him, You help me as much as I hope I help you guys." And that's what I want my channel to be. I want it to be where if you wanna come in 30 minutes before the show and just chat with people,
yeah.
yes, that's what I want, and that's what I see, and, that's what keeps me going, um,
No, it's good, and
because
it is good. It is good to see. So one of the things that I like to do is obviously go through the about sections for all of the streamers and
oh, man,
content
you shoulda let
creators.
me know, I would have updated it.
No, 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 no. Because one of the things I generally do is I look at it and say, right, okay, if I was putting a Tombi spin on things, and what I generally suggest, you don't have to do. This is all just a little bit of advice I found on the way. But Mrs. Dadman, about section. I stream a daily podcast and Lego building block builds, which is perfect, really good content. I love crafting, Asian dramas, manga, anime, and video games. Absolutely amazing. I've just myself started getting into anime even heavier. Hope to expand content to some to these areas in the future. Be kind, show love. You are not promised tomorrow. Go to bed each night without regrets and peace. and then you've got your rules, which are perfect. One of the things I always say to people, always make sure that you've got a rules section. Now, in the back end, YouTube does provide you with an area where you can put this in for the chat. So anytime someone comes into the chat, your rules come up. But I always say put your rules into your about section, because then there's no confusion about what you expect from your chat and from people who interact. So always keep it PG-13 and so on and so forth. Now, what I do is I generally take your descriptions, and if I come across to this one, and I essentially not so much rewrite it, but I add the emotes, the emoticons, brick builds, and various different things. And you're more than welcome to copy and paste this, use this to replace your own. I do this for everybody. It's completely free of charge. You can ignore it completely if you want to, or get inspiration from what's in there. I post it into my YouTube post, so you would have got a notification that it's you've been mentioned. So
Okay.
feel free to use it. But I like to just jazz up the about section, because generally that's the first thing that people see about you. So having what I've noticed is a stark uptake in people opening the about section the second they can see pictures, the second they can see the emoticons and things like that.
Okay.
So feel free to use it. You don't have to. The other thing, just going back to MrsDadMan, and the one thing that I would say is the massive pat on the back is playlists. One of the biggest things I find across the board with content creators and streamers, they don't have any playlists. So it becomes very difficult for me as your viewer, if I wanted to come in and check out all of your morning musings. Imagine if you didn't have a playlist in place. It would be incredibly difficult for me to then go through your content, search, find the next one, and then follow the chain from.
And I have them sorted by month
Yep.
and year.
Yeah.
I'm a little obsessive about things like that.
It's you kind of have to be. You kind of have to be. You've got to document it in a sequenced order. Because imagine that Joe Blogg's new channel visitor really likes your stuff and thinks, do you know what? I'm going to go back to day 0 and I'm going to watch these in sequence. Now, if you're not sorting from oldest to newest, and they're then bouncing between random episodes, they may hear something in one episode that makes absolutely zero sense unless they watched the previous episode or the previous 2 episodes. So there's really some usefulness in making sure you've got playlists. Now, I've got a kind of like a whole host of playlists. So I've normally got probably 3, maybe 4 playlists per video. So if I'm doing gaming, if I'm doing any gaming, there'll always be a gaming playlist that it's concluded on. If it's any of the podcasts, then it also includes the podcast related one, but also the game itself might be an additional playlist, because some people might only be interested in Fortnite. So I've got one Fortnite video, which is what I played with the granddaughter a couple of weeks back. But very soon, I'm going to be having a session with MrsDadMan, as well as the granddaughter and a few of the friends. So very soon, there's going to be more content. Some people might only be interested in that one topic or that one area. So having your playlists definitely in the sequence you've got is absolutely perfect. But yeah, as far as I can see, there's nothing else that I would recommend that you change, or certainly your content is more than good enough to keep people's attention. I like the variety, because you are what I would call a variety streamer. You're not a gamer. You're not a brick builder. You are a variety streamer. You're providing a variety of different content. And for that's where the interest will come in. And being a variety streamer actually helps you in the algorithm more than just someone who just does nothing but gaming, or someone who does nothing but podcasts, because you are capturing different people's hobbies. Tony might not enjoy Lego building, but he might enjoy some of the ASMR stuff. He might enjoy the morning musings. You might have someone else who's completely different, who really enjoys the Lego, but nothing else.
Right.
Giving the opportunity to bring more people into your channel And what you'll find is your areas that you are streaming will cross pollinate between playlists. It always happens. I always see it. And that's why having your playlists in place, keep on doing what you're doing. We're going to move on to Mr. Dadman in a second. I'm absolutely thrilled to the moon for you that you've gone past the 500. And in fact, you've gone up another sub.
Oh, really? Oh, wow, yeah. I do want to give a shout out to my youngest, Angelo. They're a streamer on Twitch. Um, they did the artwork they did both mine and Dadman's avatar.
I was
And
going to ask who did the artwork for yours because it's so what's the word? I wouldn't necessarily say cutie, but it is.
it's kind of like
It's
chibi.
yeah, it's so good. I
I
like
love
it.
it. And they actually have I'll put it on my little avatar. They actually did me one for my Lego. And they made a Lego version of me. Let me see.
What account is the youngster under?
It's on Twitch and it's ANGOWO, Angelo. And there's the Lego version that they did for
Okay,
me.
let me jump onto that. Two
Yeah,
seconds.
Anglo's going to love this after we're done because there's a bigger story with our youngest involved too.
And
Oh,
I just want to make sure that I'm saying this correct. So it's ANGOWO.
hmm
Yes, it should be just yeah.
I will put it in
Oh,
I'll put it in the private chat
Yeah,
for you.
if you can place it in
So
the
make
private
sure that
chat, I want to
actually, I'm
I
a
want to
mod.
shout it out.
Give me a second. I'm a mod. I can give me a second. I'll get over there and
Yeah,
I'll
that'd be
find
great.
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be great because obviously I like to do my own art and my own artwork as well. And it's one of those things that I need to get back to with regards to one of my other channels. I split up my
I don't
art into my art channel, my music into my music
I'll
channels.
let hmm
I've got a million different channels. I've got one for pretty much everything. The live one, which is what everybody's currently watching now, is where I put most of my stuff on. Um, but I eventually move it elsewhere to some of the other channels. So it'd be good to.
Yeah, yeah, like right now I'm not big enough to do that, but I'm hoping at some point that maybe I can, move my craft stuff to its own channel, but right now it's I'm having just maintaining one channel
Yeah.
is enough. But yeah, that's my dream is to be able to get to
Jake asked the question, Tombi, please could you give me some tips on how to grow your channel? One of the and I'll ask everybody just to chime in here. One of my biggest bits of advice for you before we ask everybody else is be consistent. If you are going to stream, choose a day or 2 days. Don't try and do any more than that, especially not at your age because you got school and everything else. Try generating either a video or a stream, whether it's gaming, for at least 1 or 2 days and keep consistency with it. Keep on doing that every week. My best advice is choose probably a Saturday night or a Saturday afternoon for creating a video. Get it uploaded on the Sunday. Keep doing that. And as long as you keep that consistency going, you will slowly get faster at doing the content. And then eventually, as you get older, you will notice that you've got more time, you've got more people watching, and you can dedicate a lot more evenings to it. So, if I was to ask Tony, what would be a bit of advice for young Jake to start streaming?
Well, you took my answer, to be quite frank. But I guess the next step would be to always interact with your audience. It is imperative, especially if you're going down the live streamer route, to engage with your chat 110%. Always be there, make polls, throw a hook out there for people to bite, ask a question. Hey, what would you like to see me do? If you like this, let me know if you want me to do more of that, or if you want to see me explore a different avenue. Treat your people like the people that they are. I see a lot of these small people, that don't even acknowledge their chat, let alone read it. Yeah, guys, I know it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And then they go around and they complain, oh, not doing well or whatever. No. Roll up your sleeves, get out there, and just be there for the people that you do have. Because if the people that you do have feel like they are welcome, feel like they matter, and feel like they are thoroughly entertained and engaged with whatever you do, they're going to tell their friends. And word of mouth is still the best form of entertainment that I would highly recommend anybody try out.
Indeed.
Any kind of advertisement, that's the step. That's the primary step.
Indeed. And thank you, Dadman, for dropping in Ango's channel link in the chat. So just jump on that one there over on Twitch. Go give some support. It would be appreciated. So, yeah, Mr. Dadman.
Yes, sir.
The one, the only.
Is the one and only.
Yeah, can I add something real quick?
Yeah, go
Jay?
for it.
Do what you enjoy.
Yes.
Don't do something
yeah.
that you think is going to get you numbers. Do what you enjoy because, like Tommy had said before, people will be drawn to that. Don't don't say, "Oh, I'm going to do this because I see these streamers are getting numbers doing it." And be who you are. You know, don't change your personality to try to get numbers. Be genuine. People can tell. Be genuine. Do what you like, and then do all the other stuff that they said also. But I think though, and I do agree. The chat, engage in your chat. I have been onto some streams, and I literally am the only person there. And I am chatting, and and I'm not getting spoken to, and it's like, oh, okay, well, I'll watch a little bit longer, and then I go because I'm. So those I think, but yeah, be yourself and do what you enjoy, and people will come. They will.
Yeah, I almost squirreled, so apologies because I started going over to Mr.
I know
Dadman.
you got excited.
And then I suddenly remembered that I'd asked Tony, I'd given my points. Mrs. Dadman, thank you for bringing me back down to earth with a little bump. Thank you incredibly. And Dadman, what would your advice be for young Jake?
Find people that you really trust that you can talk to, but keep your circle small. Because there are a lot of people out there that will burn you later, that they will use your ideas and go elsewhere, or they'll just get used to it being transitory, which is hard for me. I've had to learn some lessons in the last year or two, very hard lessons. Try to keep a tough skin, because it will happen. But like Mrs. Elsa said, enjoy what you're doing. Do what you want to do. Don't be an echo chamber for one way or the other. Allow people to say what they want to, within reason among acceptable standards, of course. But create it where you want everybody to be able to come in and do. Because if you want to grow your channel, you want everybody. You don't want to just a section of the population out there, because then you're going to right there limit your audience and your reach.
Yep. So, Mr. Dadman, who's been
yes, sir.
streaming now, looking at this, 2021, was it from day zero? Apologies if you can hear the dog. She's going nuts downstairs.
It's fine. We love dogs and cats. It's okay around with us. Actually, the first stream, I think the account was created then, but the first stream was August of 2022, where I actually went live for the first time, where I just said, I was coming up on the college football season, and it was like, am I going to do it? It's like pee or get off the pot, so I had to do it. We just started, with the limit of Fortnite and football. But I have to progress why it started. I had to get the ID because of other reasons and stuff like that. But actually, I started gaming on other channels playing Fortnite. I was a guest of somebody on their Twitch channel, and then some other Fortnite channels. And actually, Ango would let me play Fortnite. That's how I got into Fortnite. Was Ango in 2020 said, "Dad, I'm upset for you because all my hobbies got taken away. There was nothing to do." And the kid's like, "Join me in Fortnite." So then I got into Fortnite, went forever, and finally bugged the kid so bad. The kid said, like the miss said, I said, the kid's like, Dad, you're bugging me. Get your own channel. Get your own channel. And so finally, with their encouragement and of another streamer friend, I kicked the tires and went live in August. Initially, only going to focus on football and Fortnite. So, and like Mrs., my kid made this avatar also, because if you look very closely, it Aang took the two founding stream ideas, which is Fortnite, which is Peely, which is the banana in Fortnite, and if you look at closer, there's also the football between the stitches, the little
Football as
dimples
well.
on a football. Yeah, it was very detailed with that. So the kid made an avatar with that, because my original avatar was the Tiki doll from Trilogy of Terror, and that was an ABC TV movie in 1975, and I can't bring that up here. I'm not. I don't know if I can change the avatar. But well, wait. Maybe. Yeah. Let me see. I'll show you my.
I was going to say you should be able to.
Yeah, well, I told him, I said, if you're going to be doing more streaming, I said, let's try to get you an avatar. This is how this all started. That's not copywritten.
Yeah.
Let's try to find, let's get your own original thing, because I love the tiki. And when he shows his, then I will show you what I had for mine, because it's quite funny. Do I still?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't. I don't have it. Oh my.
That's it. Well, it was a closer up of the face of the doll. Just of the face of it. Oh yeah, Mrs. I wonder if you could get it in StreamYard and download it. But yeah, because talk about color palettes. But yeah, this is what I used for the longest time. More of a headshot on it, and I'm like, well, if I'm going to stream, I need to do something, because this was an attention getter just in chats and stuff. It truly was. It derailed some streams where the host would start talking about the avatar. I'm like, okay, well, it's but just to show you how, because the kid did a good job with us here for that, and I'll shout out. Aang was like, Dad, get your own channel, and and then did a good job for both the Mrs. and me, like we said, with the avatars and helping to get us going. But that's really the thing that got me going, was the basically, like, I wanted to talk college football. Time was of the essence, so we did it, and I started with that. Well, the funniest thing is, oh God, I hate my first stream ever. I've listened to part of it before, and it was like, oh God, it's horrible. But it was like the first stream out. I know you said channel rules and stuff like that. I did. I had all these PG-13 rules. I had all this stuff and all this, and I'm like already doing this in the stream, and then my kid comes in and writes word penis in the chat, and I'm like, it's like,
well, that's out the window.
I know. There he goes. My own kid, mod just okay, boom, and then they came on the panel, penis, and I'm like, you just.
So we're just getting a request from chat if you can turn up your mic slightly, Dadman.
Oh, okay. How about if I talk? Is this better where I talk into the mic a little bit better? Okay, sorry about that. I'm just sitting here flailing around, but it's like full body streaming, all the hand motions and stuff. But yeah, it was like really, Aang had a lot to do with getting going from both a practical standpoint and a support. And of course, then breaking my rules right in the first stream. But so that's how it got started, and where we moved from the Zuni doll to really a separate identity with this. And by the way, I know you're showing Aang's Twitch channel. This kid built well over 1,000 followers when we didn't even know it. It was the day when
we were horrible parents. We were horrible parents.
Yeah. The kid came and said, Mom, can I have my social security number? We're like, why?
Yeah, they started streaming, probably at 15 or so, and we never knew. And they come and they say, oh, can I have my social security number? I says, why do you need your social security number? Because I need to get, I'm streaming or whatever. I'm like, what are you streaming, dear? and they're like, you don't need. I said, yeah, I do. I said, you're not getting your social security number until I know what you're streaming, because I'm thinking worst case scenario. Oh my gosh, they're doing a foot video, something weird. Yeah, but no, they were doing games and draw and art. So I'm like, okay, and I had 1,000 subscribers over on Twitch and everything, and figured it all out themselves. So, yeah, we were bad parents, but they still did good.
Absolutely. Another of my IT department around the house, when stuff goes wrong. So, but it's wonderful, and because that's some of their own art that they've done, and really talented, and really the kid really inspired me to get going on my own, along with other friends. So
Yeah.
kid's really talented. I was like still amazed, and I was like trying to tell him, have confidence in yourself, stand for what you believe, and stay with it. So I've kind of
Yeah,
tried to
exactly.
and I've kind of
And
tried to use the same for myself. So
and one of the things that because obviously Ang's using Clip Studio Paint here, and I know that all too well because I invested in a graphics tablet a couple of years back, and I
oh
use
wow.
Clip Studio Paint with that. But I'm still very much a novice. But obviously, Ang's flying around this application pretty bloody quickly, and I'm kind of jealous at the speed. So I may end up reaching out and watching the videos just to learn here. And
Well, they
I
got
Oh,
say,
they
like I
got a
say,
new art pad.
yeah,
And they gave me the old one, and I need to hook it up and try to use it. Um, I'm not. I don't know where. I think they got the art talent from my dad,
hmm
um, because they didn't get it from me.
yeah.
no,
But
I'm a numbers guy. So yeah.
I
so
like I like
I've
to.
got an art pad that I would like to try to thing, and so I do bribe them with I'll buy you something for your stream. We'll do some, yeah, I'll pay you. Please help me. So, because I value their work, their knowledge, and I feel that even though they're family, I should compensate some way the time that they take to help me do stuff, um, because they're trying to make some money too. So. I'm a
Yeah.
big believer in trying to compensate some way. If
Yeah,
if you're going to help share knowledge or help, um, because I mean we're all in this together, but we all also, you know, money makes the world go
yeah,
round.
exactly. I mean, I'm looking at. I always look at these streams as an opportunity for me to just share some of the little things that I've seen, or
Mhm.
take opportunities to learn from others. And straight away, this stream, not just from talking to you guys, because you guys are absolutely fantastic. You're the heart and soul of why I do the things that I do. Is the fact that suddenly it's like you've got a connection here of something that I count as one of my best hobbies, which is my art. I don't do it enough, but I can see, and one of the main reasons I digitally draw is because when I got injured in the armed forces, I lost complete control of this arm. It took me a long time to get that control back. But drawing digitally takes a lot less stress, a lot less strain
Mhm.
than if I was using actual proper mediums, proper paint, proper
Mhm.
paper, you name it. I can do a lot quicker with a digital easel rather than the old-fashioned way.
Right.
And that's one of the things. Obviously, I'm taking away from this is suddenly I've got inspiration now from Mini Dadman. Um,
Mini
and it's
man.
yeah, and it's
I can't
fantastic.
deny the kid. The kid looks just like me. Even it hit me one day time when the kid had a picture up on the wall. I looked at him, looked and said, "That's my kid. I can't deny her." So,
Yep,
but yeah, I like that mini dad man.
yeah, Mini Dadman.
Mini
Yep.
man.
So yeah, just coming back to your screen
Yes,
there.
sir.
So let me
And
just.
by the way, we're at 698 because Midran subscribed earlier. Thank you. Only two more for 700. Yes,
Two,
so close.
guys, there are 29 people, 29 of you
Wow.
currently watching just on YouTube alone, not including the other 60 odd people currently watching over on the various different other platforms. Guys, if you can, push the Dad Man. I'm going to put his link into chat again. Here's
Hey,
your
And let's
opportunity.
get him to 700.
Let's go
You can
700.
do it.
And
Mrs.
700
always.
for DadMan, 1450 for me.
Yeah,
As always.
Mrs. will tell you how I'm obsessed with fives and zeros. I'm very
Yep.
incremental being an accountant. My
Yep.
quirks as an auditor. I like fives. I like zeros. So it got to get to that 25, 50, 75. But that's like this close to double zero. It's like, thank you, because it's been bugging the crap. Well,
Agent.
I'm where I am and I'm happy for it. But it's just like when you see that number, when you're addicted to numbers like that, it becomes a thing. So, but yes.
Agent Atwood's over on Rumble.
Oh,
So
Hey,
thank you
Atwood,
very much
yeah.
indeed for popping across to Rumble. But the whole point of this is, and one of the reasons why we do the shout outs and we say, right, go and check out someone's content, only hit the like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff if you're interested in popping into that person's streams and coming back for more. It's no favor to you, no favor to the content creator if you just sub and you never interact. It's not worth it.
and that is, that you say that because I have a lot of times lurkers, and I love my lurkers. Don't get
Yep.
me wrong, but I always say, just say hi. You don't have to say
Just say
anything
hi.
else. Just
Yep.
say hi. That number one, I know that you're there, and 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 it helps. It's encouraging.
700.
So
We did it, by
I
the
try
way.
to do that
Thank
because
you.
I usually, if I know I can't stay, I said hi, here to drop a like. Guys, don't forget to share. I usually say hi, dropping a like, and sharing. And just so that they know, and I let them know I can't stay, but good luck on your show, whatever. But I think that's
Yeah.
important. If you're lurking, if you could just say hi,
Yep.
that it encourages the streamer.
Indeed.
It helps with other things,
Beyond belief. Beyond belief.
but
And
it really does.
half the time, guys, you probably don't know anything that's going on in the background. Most of the time, you may only see what is placed right in front of you, the voice you hear. That's probably the limits of what you might see. If you're around more often, you might find that there's more going on behind the scenes. I always turn around and say, always pop in, make a comment, say hello. Words mean absolutely everything. Whether it's me, whether it's Mrs. Dadman, TonyStark, it doesn't matter. As soon as you see that, hiya chat, how you doing, Mrs. Dadman? How you doing, streamer?
Absolutely.
It means an absolute world. Now, obviously,
It does, especially in this case,
congratulations.
though. Well, thank you, Tommy. But especially in this case, because I hit 600 a year ago, so it's been a slow grind this year. Then some things happened in the fall, which made me reconsider even being around.
Yeah.
And then I kind of got a 680, then up to and it stayed there forever. And then got up, then lost a bunch, and then there's been a lot of growth in the last couple of weeks. I've noticed too, and especially so it does encourage. And I thank everybody that subbed. I don't get all the notifications from YouTube based on privacy settings, but I don't know who were the new subs. But believe me, is so appreciated, and you don't know the encouragement it is, especially seeing the results come.
This is the important thing, and Figgy's been victim of this. In fact, everybody who's a streamer has been victim of this. When you subscribe, you have to make sure. And I've got this rule of when I'm subscribing to someone's content, I will watch 30 seconds of a stream, whether it's live or whether it's a video. After those 30 seconds have passed, I will upvote or dislike. It doesn't matter. It's both positive engagement.
It's engaging, yeah.
It's usually a big fat thumbs up. After that, I'll then hit the subscribe. I use those 3 points, and I can almost guarantee that sub will stay forever.
So you watch the video. So your order is you watch a video, or
Correct.
or it could be watching a live stream, right? But you're
Correct. Either
and
or.
then you hit then you respond, like or dislike, and then you subscribe. That's the order.
And then
you
I
do it?
subscribe. Yep.
Okay.
I always
Because
go
I'll
for
be
that
going
method.
over and subscribing, and then later I'll watch and things.
Yeah.
I'll
So
do, okay.
if you do it, if you just subscribe and then later come back to watch, what will happen is YouTube will take away the subscription, and then when you watch, it will put it back in.
Okay.
So you'll get that what we're seeing, those peaks and troughs
Right.
that the content creator absolutely hates and devastates us.
Yes.
When you see, oh, great, I've gone up 2-3 subs, and then the next day it's like, oh, I've just lost 5. And then
Yeah.
a couple of days later, for no reason at all, it's gone back up 3 subs. And that's
Yeah.
because someone comes back in later and
Okay.
starts watching the content.
That's good to
Hey, to
know.
Fallout Dave. Hey,
Fallout
good friend of ours.
Dave, how you doing, Chad?
A Fallout fan. Well, I know if he's sticking around at
Exactly.
the end of the show when we're doing our plugs, he'll love my plug.
He's another one of our victims to the Fortnite crusade. So, but,
Yep.
Fortnite taking another Fallout player. How dare you?
Yep.
Oh,
So-
he's still got his Fallout. He's still got
I
his.
know. I'm being funny.
So a little bit of information here. So not sure where this adventure is headed or will end up. Sports primarily, college football, history, old school Star Wars, the best Star Wars, of course. Weather, food aplenty. I've just started a cooking channel because I love cooking. I love food. My dad was a chef for 23 years.
Yeah.
And I'm a better cook than he is. Or should I say, I am the better chef. And I've had no formal training. I just found it completely natural that I was good at it. And definitely Fortnite, which is what I'm definitely looking forward to playing, are subjects of interest. And just like I've done with Mrs. Dadman, I usually always do this. It doesn't matter. It's also an opportunity for me to shout you out on my channels as well. I've just added some emotes and just restructured how it looks. But yeah, Fortnite. It's amazing.
I have a meme for that. Somebody made for me years ago. So
The 3 F's of live service gaming: Fortnite.
Yep.
Fortnite.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
The triple F attack.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah. That is. I like the way you shifted all that around. So
Yeah, so
neat.
I normally do that every Sunday for whether it's people on the panel or people in chat. It's like Jake, who was in chat earlier. I did Jake's for him a couple of weeks back, and generally anybody who's in chat, if they said just restructure mine for me, it takes me probably about 20 seconds to do.
yeah,
So it doesn't take me long.
that's a talent.
Doesn't take me long to do. Figgy, I hope you. I hear you. I hope you are well soon. Who's ill? Oh no, Rio. Rio's ill.
Oh,
That's not good. Get some
No,
rest.
I don't like illness.
No, I don't. And considering that when I got injured in the armed forces, I was literally not able to do anything for 2 years.
Oh my gosh.
And being right arm dominant, which was the arm that I injured, and then subsequently I've got permanent spinal damage from it, which is
yeah.
hey ho. It took them too long to do the necessary operations, so I had basically a cascaded nerve damage all the way from my wrists all the way up to my spine.
Oh my goodness.
Well, all because it just took them too long. Believe it
Right.
or not, the UK armed forces are not very good at keeping hold of your medical records. They lost mine for a year.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
They refused to do anything.
Wow.
I'm like, yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks.
Yeah.
So, 'cause a lot of those, especially spinal injuries, are time of the essence. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've kind of had some experience with that in our family in the last year. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I
So
understand.
playlists, perfect. I'm definitely going to be checking out your food playlist now. What?
Well, I will be
food?
honest though. I do admit that I am behind on my playlist. I've got them created, but I've not been good about.
Not as
stuff in them.
behind as
In
me.
there.
He's going to be like totally chastising my
Yeah.
playlist
Well, at
and
least-
my about
at-
section.
At least I started them, and you know the concepts there. But yeah, absolutely, because it's like you said, you can't, especially with over 1,000 videos. You know, you can't track it. Now a lot of them, like some of the gaming or the Fortnite ones, maybe not so much of a priority. But like my Buck Rogers, some of the specifically themes. My squirrel streams now were ones that I need to get into those, so that people can go back and look at those. So, but you know,
Hyperbolic Ninja asked a question here. Let me put it back up on screen. My latest video has hit over 400 views, which is fantastic. I'm really, really proud of it. Tombi, can you explain how to use hashtags on YouTube?
Oh,
I
that's
feel
a good one.
like too many people ignore them. Now, Hashtags are essentially YouTube's way of connecting the dots in terms of SEO, which is obviously your search engine optimization. It's how one Google will promote one website over another website based off the kind of like the keywords that appear within a specific web page. So that's the big daddy SEO. Now, the same rules apply to your descriptions, the same rules apply to your titles, and to a degree, the same rule apply if you're uploading videos. The same rule applies to the file name that you actually give the video, which is really weird. Long story short, when you're looking, and let me bring up I'll tell you what, let me bring up,
So the file name.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
there's some key oddities that I've noticed with file names. So I'm just going to bring up the SEO or the description for this video that we're on.
So having QBXA723 as a file name is not good.
Correct, correct.
Okay.
So the way I normally structure my file names, if it's a piece of uploaded content, which is always going to be, in fact, let's go quickly to my uploaded stuff. Now, what you hear, Spotlight Guide, streaming overlays, free and easy, I will name the file exactly the same thing.
Okay.
So whatever I call the file, obviously when you are naming files, you've got to obey some of the rules for the names of the files. I can't put the apostrophes or special characters in the file name because Windows won't let it. But as close to this title name, I try and make that video title. Always with my descriptions, I always try and do a hook. So if I was to open up this video right now, and don't need to ignore the video because we care about what's in the description right now because this is where the SEO magic happens. This first line, that first line is one of the most important ones you can ever do. It is the hook to pull people in. And the first thing that you ever want to say to anybody is, want to help me reach a goal. And for me, obviously, for my goal is 2K by the end of the year. And in the background, that URL takes people straight to the subscription page of YouTube. I will put that on every single video. It will be the first thing that anybody sees. Because when you zoom out and you have a look at the description, it's neatly packaged as the first line every time. That is your hook into pulling people in and to try and capturing people's attention. I make it a goal. I put the finger there to kind of like just hit that thing. Try and drive some of that freaking interaction. The next thing that you'll see down and that top bit, I almost always make sure that I don't go above 95 characters. And the reason why is because the second it goes above 95 characters, it starts getting chopped off by the description.
Right.
Because there's only so many letters that you can fit within a description on, mainly on mobile. Desktop is not too bad. But if you looked at this on mobile, that would be perfectly visible, and it would be the only thing that you could see with a nice, handy URL link to take people to subscribe. After that, you're doing the hook, line, and sinker approach. You're trying to reel people in with that first bit. I'm now with a single sentence trying to land the fish. So with that is whenever I'm describing anything, you want to try and positively hook people in, why they want to watch it, give them the power of if they watch your content, they will gain X, whether it's a bit of knowledge, whether it's a bit of insight into a film, whether it's new skills. This one was for the streaming overlays I created. So I'm basically telling the audience, if you watch this, in under 10 minutes, you can be pretty much an expert in making your own overlays. You don't necessarily have to put links in because this was a guide. It just made sense that I added the links. Then after that, this is where your SEO begins with your hashtags. Now, I use AI to generate all my hashtags based off current trends from Twitch, from analytics from YouTube, whether it's current news, whatever it may be. I will literally tell an AI engine, give me all the top SEO tags for a given topic, limited to 500 characters. Because you don't want 1,000,001 tags in here, because one, the SEO engine's not going to care. If you do too many, the SEO engine's not going to care, and you're not going to get the impact. But the other reason why I go for no more than 500 is because if we went into the edit for this, in YouTube itself, there's actually a spot for
hashtags.
tags.
Yeah.
That is already limited to 500.
Correct.
So I copy and paste it exactly the same from the description into here. I have it in both places. Now, SEO will pick up on the tags that are in the description. They'll also pick up on the tags that are in the title or the file name. And they'll also pick up on tags that are in the actual, this box itself that YouTube provides. You are massively increasing your opportunity for your content to be found by someone who's going for stream design or overlay tutorial or Adobe Express guide, you name it. You are massively increasing your odds that someone's going to come in. I'm going to give you one more hint now, and not many people do this. And I only do this on my podcasts. I don't do it on live content. I'll only do it on uploaded videos or on podcasts. And that's all to do with subtitles. So I will provide subtitles for Chinese, French, German, Japanese, Russian, and Spanish. Mainly those 5 or 6 languages. And it's so easy to do because when you're on this page, there'll always be one that's English automatic captions. And when you hit the little pen icon, it'll update and it will say, okay, it will come up with this page where it's automatically generated all of your captions. Hit publish at the top. Wait for it to publish. You don't have to change anything. Just wait for it to publish. And then you can add your additional languages. And say I wanted to put it in Afrikaans as well. Afrikaans appears at the top. Hit the little pen icon. Wait for it. Hit the auto translate. It's automatically translated my previous English subtitles. Hit publish. And that's it. Job done. The amount of people that I've got coming into my videos, whether they're Spanish, Russian, German, you name it, probably make up 25%, if not 30% of my views now.
Wow.
And it's all because I'm providing them the same content. I'm not having to redo the videos. I'm not having to recreate anything. I'm just using YouTube's already provided functionality to just provide it in different languages. And if anything, I would definitely say do the Spanish ones, because Spanish, I get so many views from the Spanish. To the point where probably last week, probably 1,000 views, which is more than I get for some of my content. 1,000 views just come from the Spanish crowd.
Now you just do that with your podcasts. I mean,
Podcasts and the uploaded content. I don't do it with live.
Okay, because
as in, I don't do it with the game streams. So this right here, being a podcast, I will do this one.
Right.
But if I'm playing Final Fantasy 14 later on tonight, I won't do that one, because the game streams are far less formal, far less descriptive. There's a lot more screaming, a lot more shouting.
They're more watching. That's the visual more with that.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to ask a question. Some of my shows, would you recommend I'm not the gaming, but like maybe some of the crafting or them doing subtitles on them?
100%, especially Lego builds, because there is such a massive contingent of Lego builders, especially in Japan. If you were to add the Japanese language, and it's so easy to do, it should take you no more than 5 minutes to generate a.
And you can do that after I've the video.
Yeah, you don't. It's always done after the stream or after you've uploaded. Always done after the effect.
Okay.
And it's so easy to do, and I see hardly any people ever use it, and I'm getting growth from it. I'm definitely seeing growth from it. all of these little things are just coming from me looking at what
Mhm.
my channel's doing in terms of analytics, where people are watching from, and then just trying out or experimenting with my own channel. What else have we got that's available to us? Oh, we've got subtitles. Oh, well, I wonder what happens if I just throw it up in different languages. Oh,
Right.
look at that. 10% of the viewers are now, or 15% of the viewers are now from Spain. Interesting. Interesting. And I hardly ever see it used. Hardly ever see it used.
Yeah, because didn't really the hashtags. Um, I really didn't understand them,
Yep.
but that I'm going to try that, and I'm going to try adding some subtitles to some of the already published stuff, and see how it goes.
Yeah, so I always add my hook. Like I say, always add my hook at the top, making sure that I've got people hooked in. Quick description, no more than 95 characters. Then my hashtags, limited to 500
Right.
characters, no more. And then obviously for you guys, because this is this stream right now, I always have little colors for the various different platforms. Red for YouTube, purple for Twitch, green for Kick, Rumble, you name it, and just increasing the odds on someone hitting it by just adding a little finger there. A bit of an explanation of everything that's going on, then some
And
affiliate.
it does looking at it. That does it draws your eye.
Yeah,
Um, just that little thing, and it breaks everything up because it's all just letters,
yeah,
and it gets
That's
yeah, yeah.
see,
okay.
I got a question, and like I said, I've used hashtags strategically. Never used a AI tool to assist with that. But I also noticed that you had it maxed out. See, I was under the assumption that you had to choose ideal hashtags with large waves behind them for that increased amount of engagement based on the subject matter of the hashtag. So whenever I do a stream or I do a video, I just pick the prime rib of the hashtags, and I usually have no more than like 6 or 7 hashtags total.
Yep.
But I always was told that the magic number was 3 hashtags because those would be the first 3 that you will see in the bar, especially on the mobile users, in the video description, without having to click more or open up the entire description. So I
There's
was just
there's certainly
yeah,
legitimacy in making sure that the first three are your biggest.
correct.
Because obviously when you're on mobile, you only see a limited amount of those tags being filtered through. So I always try and make sure that the front three are the front most loaded SEOs for the subject that I'm going on. But if it's a podcast, it's usually going to be podcast, just chatting, then a very specific one to the subject. Everything else can go in basically any form whatsoever. But in its entirety, I will fill up that entire bundle of tags. Having too few can hurt in as much as not putting that specific video, because all of these tags, what they're doing is just filling up someone's playlist for that specific tag that they're searching for. If they're searching for Adobe Express guide and I haven't put that in mine, so unless I've put it in the title somewhere or unless I've put it in the description somewhere, my video will never, ever, ever come up on that person's list of videos to watch. You have to put it in there. Now, it might not be the first 3, but if it's at least number 48 in the list of 50 that you're putting in, you are upping your odds that it's going to eventually appear in that person's playlist or in that person's search. And that's how the SEO
So
works.
what you're telling me basically is not don't focus on the median so much as the mode. Got it.
Correct.
All right.
I just banned someone over on Twitch. See ya. Oh, there's nothing worse than having someone saying best viewers go
Oh, that
here.
yeah,
Uh,
that's I'm getting that one comment
I
stream on Twitch, and it's
Yeah.
that one every time.
I had my youngest put a bot in where they
Yeah.
just bat him out for me.
Mhm.
Yeah. That,
But
yeah,
yes,
that's,
So we're going to move on to Tony Stark, but thank
Yes.
you very much indeed.
Well, thank
Well,
you
the
for those
Dadman
suggestions on
Dadman
that.
really didn't get to discuss much of his content. The reason why I'm saying
Did we
that
squirrel again?
is we did get off on a tangent here.
We did, didn't we?
Well, I'm used to. It's all above my intellect, so I'm sitting here just listening. Like,
I'll tell you what.
I mean,
Let me pose it. Let me pose it this way.
Okay.
If you were to pick one stream a week from everything that you're currently doing, which one would you pick to grab everybody and say definitely come and watch this particular show? Why would that be the case? And what would be kind of like a way that you could enhance that stream to grab more people's attention?
oh wow, multifaceted question.
Yeah,
Well, let me
definitely.
say for first, just for the background, 2024 started a lot of changes, so I cannot be every day the scheduled thing. I know that optimally, the scheduled fix streams is not possible for me. Plus, a lot of my streaming, like especially like gaming and Fortnite, is just I'm bored. I feel like it. I need to blow off energy. I do it. But what I'm trying to get back to are two things. One, the chill and whists that come out through the month, and I try to schedule those ahead and put those out there where you can learn more about guests and stuff. But what I'm hoping to do, but right now I'm dealing with mom and rehab and some things. So my Wednesdays and Friday nights, what I want to, when things get worked out, that those squirrel streams on Wednesday and Friday nights at 10 o'clock, those would be the key streams to come in because I do have Mrs. Another Wes Kago and a couple other people that I call on to come on my panels, and those are the ones where we can just come in, see what's going on for the day, and just completely go random, chaotic, and chaos. And honestly, they're the most fun for me. They're the ones that I enjoy the most, and because we just come up with whatever of it, and many times the chat helps keep directing the interest. It's really participatory. Then we play our game like we're in the USA, or like when you're on, I call it we're in the Commonwealth, because we'll make it international. We'll focus on the UK and the Empire, and we'll play a game together and do that. And what's so beautiful is I could give a question, 40 minutes answer. We haven't even answered it, the headline, because of the engagement and the enjoyment. So really, those streams are the ones that I would suggest. And if when I can get them back to Wednesdays and Fridays at 10 Eastern regularly, when I'm really functioning and healthy, it could happen at a moment's notice. But those late night streams are the ones that I say are the best. We go a little more crazier stuff like that. I'd like to do more sports. I'd like to get more international sports, but right now I'm having trouble with all the life commitments to get that. But so I'd love the sports to grow because I'd like to talk more sports. But to answer your question, really, is those late night streams. I mean, we've had Yarn Witch on. I want to get, you've got an open invitation, Tombi, when you can make it happen on Wednesday or Friday night. I know time changes suck, though. That has a big deal with a lot of things. And, so, and how I can make them better, like I said, I want to get a few more people in regularly, but I want to keep it at a limited group because I've done 8 or 9 before, and it,
unless you have the knack for large panels, it's very difficult to control them.
Yes, and I can do it, but the problem is right now where I'm at, I don't have the energy to train that many lions. So it's about 4 to 5, maybe 6 with the right people. And the thing is getting the right combination of people too, because not everybody gets along. We're humans, and that's things. So I think really the best thing to do to make it better is just get it to grow, get it to have more people in there, because I think it benefits from more audience interaction. And they come out with wild ass crap, and we just either we'll talk about it or we'll whatever. I got people saying I'm an NC-17 all the time. I'm like, no, I'm not. It's the damn news story. It's the news story. I can't help it that one guy hit a gun in his pants up his backside, and another shot herself in the right place. Then we had a story that was like liquid ass somebody sprayed that somebody sprayed off in a storm. And it's just the randomness, though. I like to, I think more people, more participation is what it is. I think to really make that bigger, and I think that's where you really see the joy, the fun, the randomness, and oh yes. Oh, we got a few of those memes the other day. Yes.
Oh, I'm just
Uh,
laughing in the background.
oh, oh God! I had one about the Irish. The how do you the Irish feeding a fish in Ireland or get them growing? They used an Amstel. But oh my God! Everybody was like, "That's the wrong beer. That's the wrong beer." I'm like, what the heck? It's so. And I tell you, I think it really is driven off more topics, more people, and engagement. Because I really wanted, I find that people that I may not agree with on certain things, I find the best to stream with. I find that just in a, I just want people to be happy and have fun.
Yeah.
Because when everybody's laughing and have fun, and especially, and I've told you stuff privately, after 2024, it's just I need laughter, I need fun, and that's the goal of my channel, for people to just come here, get away from the problems, have some fun, and just not get ingrained into the day to day where they can just come and laugh and feel they're part of it. Because like y'all said earlier, a lot of people want to be acknowledged. And oh, sorry, Figgy, I see that. My apologies. But I just want people to be able to come have fun and stuff like that, like I do, like when I go into some streams, because you really want to get you know, because especially I knew 2024 was going to be a hard year anyway with the elections in the U.S. and stuff like that, and I just really wanted to be, I just really want to be a place where people can come have fun and at the door and just do stuff completely random. Now, when I have to focus, we will focus, but those require work. But see, I love history, Tommy. I've talked about that a bit, but
Yeah.
I don't have the time physically with commitments and stuff to do the proper planning. History is one that you really need to do scripted, or you have to have it really organized. And honestly, and I know it's not the most algorithm friendly. I know it may not be the thing for most people, but I enjoy streaming. Mrs. told me to get a hobby. And so I started doing this for one thing. And it doesn't need to be work. Well, as auditors and accountants, everything's overplanned, overstressed. I've had to learn how to be flexible and stuff. And I hope that answers the question. I know I rambled a bit, but
No,
I just don't know how
it
to really,
did.
what I can do to make it better. It's just, I think the more the merrier with this type of format, and finding things that will stick with the chat, because I love engaging with the chat. Hell, we play Fortnite. The missus like fighting and like, we're dying over here and you're talking. But I mean, I love the chat. I like
Focus
to
on the
engage
game.
with them.
I
Yes,
think, I think
priorities.
that's attitude. I think that
Yeah.
attitude is exactly what you are doing to make it a better place anyway. Because no matter what time of a stream I've jumped in and come and said hello, it's always been exactly the same warm reception at any point in time. You've always been engaging. You've always wanted people to come in and enjoy themselves. You want to get people involved. Almost pretty much exactly the same way I'm doing with many of my streams. You want people to be involved. You want people to enjoy themselves. And I've always felt, whether it's on your streams, Mrs. Dadman's, popping into Tony's, I've always felt absolutely welcome, which regardless of where I'm going. And there's so many of the other streams that we can all cast the net on, bigger streamers, smaller streamers, and it's not the same. The mindset is completely different. So when I'm looking at your streams, Dadman, I know full well I can jump into there, I can have a nice, fun, relaxed time, good conversation, and I'm so looking forward to jumping into Fortnite and playing with you guys. I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
want to do it as soon as possible.
Yes, I'm working on the date for that. But I tell you, one of the other streams is like when I just do duos in Fortnite with the missus and me. I've had 10 people panels before, and they're fun, they're crazy, chaos. But we were recognized by another streamer a year ago, probably 2 years ago, and it brought in a few people that are now associated with our channel and actually play with us on the stream, because he's like, y'all are cute AF, and the missus is like, nobody's called me cute before, but
I've never been called cute before.
and I just love, and I tell you, I've gotten to where I like a lot. to really protect. I do want to play with other people and stuff, but I mean, I've gone from the bigger chaos. We still have chaos at times, but the other streams in addition to Squirrel will be when Mrs. and I play Fortnite together.
Yeah.
I like to say like we're just the old married couple. We're arguing,
We
I mean,
argue.
yeah. Yeah, people in the chat are like, hey, y'all settle down. We don't have to call mom or dad or something, but we're just doing life, having fun there in the game, and but
I
you know,
sometimes
those are
forget
special.
I sometimes forget that we're streaming, and it's like, why did you just leave me here? And I'm like, and then it's, oh man, we were streaming. Oops,
And
because
that's
I just am so comfortable with everybody that's there.
Yeah.
and the genuineness. We hope people see who we really are. That what you see is what you get, and because always when you're in the front of a camera and things, there is an act, there is a performance, but and that's good for some people, for some streams and stuff, but that's not who I am. I wear my heart on my shoulder with things, sometimes too
Yeah.
much. I've got to toughen up a bit with some things and stuff like that. But like I said, it's a hobby, it's an escape, and but I want people to see the real me, the real Mrs. And we care about people, and we want you to escape from life if you have to, and just come in and have fun with us.
Yep. And that's what it's all about, and that's why people always gravitate to you. Whether it starts off slowly and builds up over time, people always gravitate to it because that's the kind of content that I would happily watch myself, recommend to the family, recommend to the kids. It's the type of wholesomeness that it feels like the way the world has gone, especially since COVID. A lot of the social aspects of life slowly been kind of like eroded. Once upon a time, we would all go to the pub or go and play bingo, whatever it may be. Go and spend time to eat. It's time together, and that's been lost over time.
Right.
And what we're seeing now is because the world's got a lot smaller, with internet becoming far more readily available to everybody, and streaming and content creators are far more readily available to everybody.
And that's what I was saying earlier about the genesis of the squirrel streams was just
Yeah.
a friend and I just deciding hell, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't care. I can function next day. We
Yeah.
go live. We go live on a topic or random and things like that, connecting with people, and it's what matters to me. And like I said, if I'm healthy, you'll see random late night squirrel streams too. But but yeah, no, I appreciate it. But like I said, that's our goal, is to just have fun with people and try to entertain and laugh while we're doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Conscious of time, normally, believe it or
Yes.
not, normally I only do these streams for 60 to 90
I
minutes.
know you
Oh,
Yes.
do.
dear
Staying through
heavens.
2
Don't tell
hours.
me my segment's completely axed.
No.
That's network news. We lost
You
the
get-
D block.
You get the full amount, my dude. You get the full amount.
All right, because I did plan a bit of a micro show. I have an outline here. I got a set list of some advertisement, but we'll wait till it's my turn. I just wanted to make sure that Dadman was done, because again, we went on that tangent.
Yeah, I
And,
appreciate that consideration, Tony. Yeah, I'm just sitting back here. Well, I'll be honest. Today it's not about me. Today it's about that woman right there that I've been
Yep.
married to for almost 30 years.
Aw.
Because
Aw,
I will
you're
tell
so
y'all,
sweet.
last week I finally heard her frustration, and I couldn't do anything about it. It's the first time I heard almost ready to give up.
Yep.
And I thank God that I was able to watch the stream Friday and see that moment and hear the emotion in her, because of all the stuff that she's been through and gone through, and the support she's been for me. Because I would not be here seriously without her, without the graphics, without a lot of the stuff. Hell, she's even twice had to switch computers with me so I could continue a live stream with guests because my computer froze up. So I'm more about her today than I am about me. I thank y'all for getting me to 700. Hopefully we'll get a few more, so we'll have to do another stream. But Tony, I do thank you for pointing that out and being gracious and courteous with that too.
Yeah.
And Tommy
Oh
for
well, I
extending
mean,
the time.
dude, I miss you. I wish I could hang out with you more. But you know my schedule. You see my schedule.
It's all over the place. I know.
And I'm on
all of us,
so
I know.
many venues.
Yeah.
Many venues. I can't keep up.
Yep,
Indeed.
absolutely. Thank you again, Tommy.
Right. Okay. We will move on to Tony, but before we do that, just for Mrs. Dadman passing the 500 and Mr. Dadman passing the 700.
Yay! Woohoo!
How many subs do you need, Tony, by the way?
I want to get to 15, but I will settle for 1430. We are practically at 1420 now. I figured with the difference of 10 people watching, and again, I'm about ready to do the hard sell.
Yep. Let's do it.
So, all right. Well, before we get started, allow me to go ahead. Now, this is a point that I'm going to make before I'm going to explain what I'm about to do. I am a variety entertainer. I am a voice actor. I am a musician. I am a craftsman. I am a creator. And most importantly, I am completely and utterly upset at what's happening in Hollywood. And so it's been my motivation to channel that latent anger and that morose sadness of seeing some of our favorite IPs being destroyed by political agendas and all of that good stuff. So what I'm about to do is the first thing that I would advise. I noticed that a lot of these big panel shows, big or small panel shows, I noticed there's one thing at the end of them that's always consistent. It says, "Hey, give yourself a plug." Well, at this point the chat is leaving. They're walking out the door, and there you got the guy going, "Well, I'm going to be doing this thing at like 9 in the morning, and I'm going to have a video out like." Come check me out. Subscribe. No. We have properly advertised our products, our skills, and our abilities for 80 plus years through commercialization and commercial slots. That's why I always recommend that anybody that's in my circle or anybody that I support to please coalesce with me, collaborate with me, and I will make you a commercial. And I run commercial blocks through my shows when they are at their peak, because if we commercialize each other, just like with the technical knowledge that I've learned today, and thank you, by the way, I will be employing that. I go through I live in the golden age of radio, and you're about to hear that in just a few minutes. But advertisement's important. And when people are walking out the door and you're just like, no. So without further ado, as we start our little micro show, I do have a small set list, and I will be the Virgil to the veritable Dantes out there as I take them through, my little personal hell. So let's go ahead and get right to it, shall we? Let me just grab the right buttons here, because I also produce and voice act and do all of my old content. So without further ado. Are you tired of the day-to-day? Would you like to find something a little bit more entertaining, a little pep in your step? Then look no further, ladies and gentlemen, as the Stock of Iron YouTube channel has the variety selections for you. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you subscribe now, you'll be subjected to, but not exclusive to, the following: game shows, punditry, voice acting, musicals, parodies, and much, much more. That's right. We have a little bit of a slice of life for everybody, ladies and gentlemen. So please, swing on by, and you will not be sorry. We also thank the individuals that will be watching any of my programs proviso on the rewind, because the rewind helps the small streamer more than you know. So without further ado, let us go ahead and begin the micro show of the season, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, because we are going to be providing the proper advertisement. This was brought to you by the fine folks at the Grey Tortoise Cigarette Company, the founders of the Nuka-Cola Corporation, and Iodent Toothpaste. Because if you're going to ruin your smile with the first two products, the least you can do is bring it home with a tube of unmitigated bleach and fluoride. Now let's get on with the program. There we are. They kind of like that. And you'll be receiving a plug like that at the end of the show, most likely. But yes, now we can get proviso.
Hey,
yes, sir.
Can I say two things real quick? One, I've had this habit lately at the end of my shows, and I I tell everybody to plug themselves, so that usually draws a lot of laughter. But I love your avatar there. It looks like Colonel Sanders.
It is. I'm a
okay.
Kentucky boy.
All right, I know. I just like that just jumped out at me the moment I saw that. That's all. Okay.
So yes, I'm a Kentucky boy. So I know that you're about to chastise me about my highly minimalistic about section, as well as my underfilled playlists. But then again, I don't like to write these things. I just like to perform these things. So with that, I'm sure we can skip the chastisement. Please be gentle.
Oh yes, I will apply said lubrication.
But I do have an intro video that I authorize you to play. It is a feature of my voice acting in full. It was a celebratory clip, and it should be on my front page. I don't know why it's not showing up.
Let me zoom out.
Because it is probably the first time view, so you'll have to go into videos. It's a 1K celebration. This is a little bit more. Go down a wee bits, and I'll tell you where it is. It'll just say 1K celebration video. Yeah, I hit 1K a while ago. There it is, right there. Blue, right next to Kermit, which Kermit's the second feature here. And you are authorized to play the audio. It will not demonetize your stream fully, not this one. Kermit will create shared revenue. That's why I wanted to talk with you and this stuff in the back before we continue. That way, if you do, I want to just give you the forewarning that I do use some assets. All right, go. Let's all shut up and listen to me argue with myself for a few minutes.
Enjoy.
Hey guys, I got an announcement to make for everyone. And
hurry, Morty! We need to catch the Stark 1K announcement.
Wait, please don't interrupt me.
Before. Jeez, Rick, this place looks
guys,
dangerous.
Please,
I think that squid is looking at me. Oh man! Don't look at it in the eyes, Morty. It's an eldritch spawn that will rip your molecules apart for a protein shake. Better leave this to the adults. Get out of here. Go, get.
I'm not late, am I? Impossible. I'm perfect.
That teleporter is really lame.
Well, that was rude.
if you guys could just shut it for 10 seconds so I can...
I brought some propane to refuel your
Does
teleporter,
everybody
Mr.
have one of
Stark.
these
Of course,
freaking
I
teleporters?
can't stick around for long, and
Yeah, Doomcock needs you back at the center anyway.
now wait a
Can I get
daggone
back
minute.
to... Guys, can you just let me finish?
This
is very
teleporter
important
feels
now.
weird, yo.
Oh, look,
Mr.
Mr.
Stark, I have to
Manscaped is
ask
here.
you about the drill car you sent me.
Oh my god, I don't even know why I try anymore. Jesus.
Well, a throwback to everyone you've met along the way, Mr. Stark. Top of the day to you,
Oh,
my good
Lehman,
chums.
get back
Sir,
to me.
about the drill car? Oh, come on, he's totally harmless. You could definitely use some tips about personal
I
space.
don't even know why.
Nonsense, my good man. It's a pleasure to meet the one I replaced as the main second character on the show.
Hey, eat it, dick.
I really don't see why this is so funny.
McDonald's. Someone signed this invoice.
Light a match, Barney.
I really need to take a dump.
Hey, I might be the new guy, but I guess they saved the best for last, am I right?
I will not be upstaged by some miserable
Fight! We'll bring it on there, sugar ears! Let's go a few rounds! Let's go! Fight!
I'll tell you what. Shut up.
Okay, guys, seriously, enough. All of you, just shut up. This is Tony with Stark of Iron. Myself and everybody else here would like to thank you all for being my first 1,000 subscribers. I love each and every one of you. I can't say the same for these guys. Thank you.
So yeah, I'm kind of good at arguing with myself, as displayed here.
The one thing I will say is, obviously I've listened to a lot of them before, but the chat are also chiming in with very good voices.
Grazie.
So many good voices. Figgy is literally dead right now from the voices. Absolutely amazing.
And I haven't even started singing yet.
Yes. No,
Thank you guys so much for all the
impressive
love.
talent. It's an impressive talent, isn't it, guys?
Now, a few points of note. If you notice the background and you notice my window below you,
Yep.
all of my backgrounds are miniature sets, and I have Gary Ambrosia to thank for the inspiration to start crafting that. Those are not CG sets. Those are all like, 18 inches long, 9 to 10 inches high at the highest bit, light, lit, painted, wired, assembled. Kit bashes that adds that extra pep to the step for the display.
Yeah.
As obviously I am not a visual streamer, because while I am endowed with the voice for radio, I have a face for radio as well, and so you work with what the Lord gives you, right?
Indeed,
So it's
indeed.
not like. But yeah, I want, that's just like that extra expense. And of course, I'm learning new things as I go along. I never thought I would be playing with puppets, to be quite frank, until I met another creator by the name of Snowdub. So if you would like to go ahead and get to the second part of my tour, and it's a pre-recorded song that I did as Kermit. The collaborator that did the video shot for shot, it's got Kermit the Frog's Wokey connection. My friend Sean Carter did the cinematography and the video recording for this.
Yep.
This song has some sentimentality to it. This was the first parody song that I ever wrote for my channel. And thank you so much, Unlocking the Lore. Please help me get to like 1430 something. Give that big uptick to the algorithm. Do me a super solid when you get there. Comment on that greet video or watch my stream and do what we have instructed and what we have learned today. Even if it's a like, commenting. YouTube loves commenting right now, even on stream. Now, I recently did a punditry stream called the Starkcast yesterday. It was episode 5. So hit that one if you'd like. That way YouTube doesn't go, well, I guess they're going into old crap, right? So we got to be able to confuse them just a wee bit and let YouTube know, hey, new video, new outreach, new organic growth. That way it doesn't, turn that evil eye as far in onto my channel, as I know that some of you will be pruned if you are not active. So please be active. Come and say hi in my chat. You'll find that I do requests all the time on my variety show. I do a multitude of shows. I have a game show on Monday called Stark Stakes. We're actually going to be focusing on the movie pundits in general, with a gameplay of You Don't Know Jack. And yes, people in the chat are not just encouraged to play. We want them to go first. We want to make sure that the chat gets their say in, because with Use Your Words and Quiplash and all the games that we've started with that series, the chat has come up with some of the funniest stuff. This is why I say, please get your chat involved. Let them feel like they are part of the show, because that's how you keep them.
Yeah.
So yeah, with that, let's go ahead and listen in on Kermit. He was recently fired from the WB. It looks like they had to cut all the Muppet content from Sesame Street. And so he's found himself in my lot at the Nuke York Wasteland at Stark Tower. And he's, quite frankly, wants to say a few things, gets a few things off of his chest about the state of Hollywood. So let's go ahead and tune in now for Kermit and let him just explain how he feels.
Before we do that, refresh and check your subs, sir.
Oh, magnifico. Let's see what we're got at now. 1,431. We have hit the goal. Thank you guys so much. I guess that means I'll probably have to sing 2 songs instead of 1 tonight.
Yeah,
I think we'll double down on this. I'm here to give you all a show. Because again,
Very much indeed.
Thank you
Toasty
so
as
much.
well.
Congrats.
So she's just joining
Toasty,
us.
sweetie. I did an opening clip for her.
Yep.
Oh my God! Thank you guys so much. You're making my heart do flapjacks, and that's just not the. Oh wait, what? That's Alf stuff. Oh yeah, I do puppets too. But anyway, I digress. Speaking of puppets, let's stick to the set list before we become tangent kings. Shout out to Ryan Radrat.
Indeed.
Yes. Yeah.
Very nice.
So yeah, I do a little puppetry too. Even though Sean Carter was the one that recorded that on location at Kermit's Swamp, he was hanging out in Texas that day. But he is home, and I occasionally do bust out the puppets, including Alf and more during my variety programs, which is now there are two venues of my variety shows. Thank you, Agent Atwood. Thursday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 Central, as well as after the biggest variety show and my biggest inspiration, the man who's been with me, was my first follow when I created X. He motivated me to get started, and that is Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth. If you know him, well, I'm good friends with him. So I do a show that's very similar. It's just with different, different routines and comedy and skits. That way our shows don't overlap, and it doesn't look like I'm stealing from the guy. But yeah, that's how I said the word. I said the word. Yeah. Editing while being serenaded by Kermit is interesting, I might say. Well, don't worry, don't touch that dial. I'm going to be serenading again.
Can can I interrupt
You.
just for a moment?
Yes'm. Yes'm.
Okay, I have got a show at 3 o'clock.
Yep, you've got to
So
bounce.
so I am going to. I didn't want to just leave. So I'm kind of trying to get in between. I just want to
Mhm.
say thank you so much to all of you. Thank you, Tombi, for having me on. Tony, your stuff is fantastic. I love watching it.
I
But
miss you guys, and one of these days I will head over to a squirrel stream. I just got to make the time.
time it gets away with you, doesn't it?
Hmm.
So, but anyway, just thank you all
Yep.
so much. This has been a blast. So,
It's been an absolute pleasure to have you.
thank you again. Like I said, I didn't want to just disappear.
Mm.
I will see you
Wait
guys.
until you get to play Fortnite with Tombi, Mrs. Soon.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't wait. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, okay, everybody, thank you so much. Thank you for everybody who subbed. And if you haven't sub to us all. They're in the chat. Please do. And I will see you guys later. And have a good one.
You
God
take
bless
care.
Mrs.
Okay.
Dadman, and congratulations again. Let's give her a round of
Thank
applause.
you.
She has taken her first steps into
Yes,
a
yes,
larger world.
yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys very much. And I will see you later.
You take
Uh,
care, Mrs.
how,
Dadman.
now I got to figure out, how
Massive.
do I leave?
Just close the window. Just close the
Hashtag
window.
Oh,
little red
okay.
X.
Okay. Okay. Thank you guys. I'll see you later. Bye
See you
bye.
later. Bye for now. Because I can also do this and go bink, and then I can
Yes.
rearrange a few things.
Yeah, magnificent, magnificent. Well, like I said, for the outcry of getting that goal and getting that goal smashed, I was going to perform one song, but now I'm inclined to perform two, simply because I'm the kind of person that likes to work for his milestones. Every super chat I get, and most of the super chats I get, it says, here you go, here's some shekels, and I'm like, please attach a request, make me do something, make me feel like I'm earning it. That's what I'm
Yeah.
here to do, to earn that money, because right now YouTube is my only source of income during the cold seasons, and so it is viable, very viable, that I provide the best live entertainment that I can possibly do. And so please do not hesitate to go, hey, here's a $2 super chat. It could be a $2 super chat or a $200 super chat.
Yep.
I
Totally.
treat each one of them the same, and I want to make sure that everybody's done right. That is another tip for those who are just now getting into their monetization.
Well,
Never,
not.
ever, 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 5 days later, ever, ever, ever,
Yeah.
ever, ever, ever leave a super chat behind.
Yeah.
That's how you
Well,
fail.
it's not just the super chats, but it's. I've had people make comments in my chat. Just I'm not monetized. I will not monetize because of personal reasons and work
Mm-hmm.
reasons. But I've seen people voice that they feel left behind on some of the bigger channels when they grow, or with the super
Mm-hmm.
chats, that what they have to say is ignored. I mean, when the creator's growing and they're part of it, and then it's like they get big and their chats are ignored, and all from either popular personalities or super chats and stuff. Don't leave people behind. I mean, like Mrs. made the point earlier. Yes, we are so thankful for more than 500, but that core of 10 to 20 people that actually show up, that are there many times every day, multiple times a day, it's so important. And they,
Yeah.
to recognize them and make sure that they're involved and that they're known and appreciated, even if they can't give anything. Because, like Mrs. said, if you can't afford it, don't give. I mean, she's trying to help with the family, to help stuff make her channel better. But if you can't, it's more than just the money. I don't
That's
like it.
another
Okay,
thing that
but you
I
got to make
always
sure you
stress.
don't
Yeah.
leave the
Yeah.
other people behind, because
Yeah,
there
exactly.
is a growing. I think there's a growing segment of people that feel like, well, if I can't give money, or if I'm not personally popular, then I get ignored. I've seen it a few times in my own chat. So.
Figgy's asking you to speak.
Yeah, you're leaning back from your
I
microphone
am
again.
sorry, Figgy. I am sorry, Figgy. It's a nervous habit. Mrs. got me a rolling chair, and I'm going backwards. My apologies, Figgy.
The one thing I'm just going to interrupt you because of that very same topic. First, we've got Clifton 3D, who's celebrating 3 months of Tombi membership. You guys are awesome. All of you, glad to know you. No, we are
honored to know you, my friend.
To know you as well, Clifton. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. And our other as well. Go back to Seabrew's message. Let me see if I can find it. It was here. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? There it is. And Seabrew, 1138, just became a member. Thank you incredibly kindly of you, sir, to subscribe to this one and only Tombi to bring you this message. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I suppose the pipes are well and watered. I guess we can get to musical entertainment part the first. This next song is the most ambitious song that I ever written. That's right, because you guys are getting it first. So it's best to put my best foot forward here. This is a Don McLean parody that was inspired by The Saga Begins. And back at the old house, which was recently flooded, I'm certain my neighbors were completely upset because I had my keyboard out, I had my electric piano out, and was writing each verse to the not just the lyrical syntax, but to the key and register of every keystroke, because I wanted this to be like the premier song, that like the long like 11 o'clock number, you know, because for those who know like musicals, you know that the 11 o'clock number, unlike the finale, is the most important number. So I wanted to make sure that this was like a slotted 11 o'clock number. So this is a little ditty about the legacy of Schrodinger's president. That's right, Kathleen Kennedy. Is she in? Is she out? Lord knows. I mean, come to think of it, I don't think anybody knows.
No, I don't even think she knows.
Yeah, I don't even think she knows. That's right. So without further ado, this little ditty is called The Day That Star Wars Had Died. And let me see if I have this queued up. I do not. One moment here. Make sure to just upload this recorded track because I have the piano put up. If I can't find it, I will simply sing it a cappella. It matters not to me. Let me just grab. Let's see here. I want to be able to put the backing track to it. Don't start dead air on my account, folks.
We'll cover. I don't know.
No, I just realised
part of squirreling. Yeah.
I just realised that I had the bloody microphone muted.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at.
Yeah. I do apologize. I do have to find it.
No, it's all good, bro. So
are you gaming later today, Tombi?
I am. So I'm actually gaming in approximately 1 hour, which is fine. Going to be playing some Final Fantasy 14 with Smooth the DJ and Mirden. So just
somebody actually told Mrs. and me to pick it up to join you guys with that. I'm like, I don't know if my computer could handle it.
Your computer should be fine. If you can play Fortnite, you should be able to play Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
I know it was Mirden who suggested it because he was like, cough, come play this game, cough.
You never know. She picked up Destiny too, which
did she?
Yes, she did. I'm stuck at Fortnite. I know her and Atwood play Destiny too. So if you ever need anybody for a game like that,
so I cannot find it. So I will have to sing this one a cappella and do the second track to the Piano Man. So with that, let me make sure I have that queued up, and we'll do it that way. So uno momento. Yes, we do have that one queued up. All right. So this one will be sung a cappella. And luckily for me, because this song is so well written, at least in my opinion, my humble, you know, not egotistical opinion at all. The day that Star Wars had died. 'Twas not so long ago. We all still remember how Star Wars used to make us smile. We're flying down the Death Star trench and watching Luke and Leia French, and Bubba fed the Sarlacc for a while. But Lucasfilm was sold for billions, to the chagrin of multi-millions. Disney on the payroll, R.I.P. in the woke fold. I can remember how it died when Kennedy got deep inside our asses. That bitch, she did ride the day that Star Wars had died. So my, look at how Star Wars died. Those creators did not savor a slice of the shit pie. And Kennedy had that mad fire in her eye, saying, I will ruin all the Jedi. I will ruin all the Jedi. Did you see the Book of Fett and how we all had learned to regret how he looked without the mask, and how he floated in Bacta with pacing slow, just like a tractor? You can tell that this show was rushed real fast. Well, I'd hope that they had realized this isn't how you sell merchandise. You best damn well believe how Boba Fett fans had grieved. He was a bounty hunting, blasting ace with a kick-ass suit and inhuman grace, but that white guy was put in place the day Star Wars had died. We started singing, so my, look at how Star Wars died. Those creators did not savor a slice of the shit pie. And Kennedy had that mad fire in her eye, saying, I will ruin all the Jedi. I will ruin all the Jedi. Now, Obi-Wan was the wise old man who helped young Annie get over sand and taught Luke how to use the Force. Just then, Reva screamed like a drama queen in a fit. She pilfered the TV screen with a voice that was cringe to both you and me. Oh, and while Kenobi was knocked down, Darth Vader swished him all around. He got him burnt real good. Turn that Jedi into firewood. And while Leia gave Ben some sage advice, his canon mission was sacrifice. Luke was the charge, am I right? Oh, wait. Star Wars had died. We started singing, so my, look at how Star Wars died. Those creators did not savor a slice of the shit pie. And Kennedy had that mad fire in her eye, saying, I will ruin all the Jedi. I will ruin all the Jedi. And Andor clamored for desired writers. The spy games were slowly transpired. Plot holes too many to outlast. The penny dropped an episode too late for folks to care about this bland take. We already know the Death Star's final fate. 'Cause Rogue One dropped, it was okay. They did not make everyone gay. They had more shows for that to shove in there more woke crap, like how they edited The Bad Batch or the sequel trilogy they made us catch. Shove it up Ray Skywalker snatch. That's where Star Wars had died. We started singing, so my, look at how Star Wars died. Those creators did not savor a slice of the shit pie. And Kennedy had that mad fire in her eye, saying, I will ruin all the Jedi. I will ruin all the Jedi. Time for the saving grace, 'cause, oh, and let's all mourn for Mandalore, a legend from the tales of yore. one John Favreau had tried to save. So come on, baby Yoda, Grogu, Slick. Mando had a job to get done quick. 2 seasons were out, and it was kind of great. But then we all saw season 3. Was that Thrawn with a beer belly? I can't believe the shit. Once again, we got gypped, and despite that one cool jetpack ride, Grogu took up all the spotlight. I saw Kathleen laughing with delight because Star Wars had died. We started singing, so my, look at how Star Wars died. Those creators did not savor a slice of the shit pie. And Kennedy had that mad fire in her eyes, saying, I have ruined all the Jedi. I have ruined all the Jedi. It's a damn shame, isn't it? We all stopped falling for the ruse, and we started to sing the blues. Disney had ushered the fans away. Now when I go down to the store where I bought Kenner figures before, I see price cuts on toys they can't give away. And our community is in a fuss. Curse that mouse and his Disney Plus. The old fans here have spoken. The universe is broken. Pour one out. And with more hires from the DI, writers told to script more lines, we all hang our heads and cry because Star Wars had died. We started singing, my, look at how Star Wars died. Those creators did not savor a slice of the shit pie. And Kennedy with that mad fire in her eyes, saying, I have ruined all the Jedi. That bitch. I have ruined all the Jedi. And she was singing, my, woke Star Wars is my pride. My creators, they will savor a slice of the shit pie. Time to go forth and make the fans' anger bride with the release of the Acolyte. Pretty fucking much in a nutshell. Now that sounds even better when I got the Ebonies and Ivories backing it up. But I believe the message is quite clear.
Every single word of that was the truth, and how we've all felt about Star Wars ever since Disney even got involved. Because it's also amazingly accurate. But you're not wrong. I mean, the thing is that the lyrics all hit home with everybody that loves, especially the Lucas. I mean, let's call it what it is: the Lucas Star Wars versus the Disney Star Wars, because there is a massive differential there.
Oh yeah,
massive differential.
There's no such thing as Legends. It's just the extended universe.
Yep.
Period. Bar none. Rick Cleary in the chat says,
I sentence KK and the crew to the belly of the Sarlacc.
In his belly you will know a new form of pain and suffering as you're slowly digested for over 1,000 years. But yes, I digress.
But a round of applause for that one, guys. I mean, it takes, certainly from my perspective, it takes stones just to sing on a bloody stream, let alone do it completely a cappella. And I get the feeling
karaoke.
I get the feeling.
Oh, you hear me in karaoke?
Yeah. I get the feeling that Clifton 3D's heard that before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's heard this one before. This is the tip of the spear of my parodies. I do have a new one that's fresh off the block for Captain America 4. I figured if it's a shorter one, but I could probably throw that one in too before you have to go, because I know you have to game in an hour. So we'll just skip the piano and do that another day, and we'll just do this one instead because I'm a Marvel guy. I'm Iron Man, and I feel like I should probably sing a Marvel themed song, right? So
Sounds good.
Well, Tony's such an inspiration of singing. I sing some too. Tommy, when we play Fortnite, I have to break out the unicorn song for you.
We've got visions of this unicorn already.
Yeah, well, I tell you, it's got its own lyrics, and it becomes demonically possessed near the end of it. So you're gonna love it.
Rick clearly now do Freebird.
Yes.
Are you sure? I mean, if somebody throws Tombi a tenner or a fiver, I'll do it for him all day long. I'll sing Freebird. I don't care. It's a good one. It's definitely in my register, for sure. It's one I sing often, actually. But no, I do sing serious songs too. They're not just all parodies.
Yeah, I don't do enough proper singing anymore. I mean, certainly I used to as a kid, because I mean, Christ, Tombi was in a choir once upon a time. Then his voice broke, and yeah, ever since then it's been a different register that I'm able to hit. Yeah.
Well, like I said, I do have, I'm inspired by one who's sung a cappella parodies for a long time on YouTube. And again, I got to give it up to DC. I used to do these kind of things for parties in my old one-bedroom apartment with elbow to elbow people in, just fucking around, getting drunk. Sorry if I dropped the F word. If you allow.
No, you crack on. You can swear all day long, mate.
All right. Well, I won't go the full George Carlin route. We'll meet in the middle. But yeah, I mean, this is something that I've done for a while and for a long time. All of my friends were like, do a YouTube channel, make a YouTube channel. You could be just like this guy. And I'm like,
Yep. And Rick's correct here. Rick can play all of the instruments as lead singer himself.
Very nice, Rick. Well, then hopefully my singing isn't too terrible. Unfortunately, I only know how to play one instrument, so you got me beat there. But one of these days, I mean, I just recently uploaded a karaoke stream, and you want to talk about somebody who destroyed their voice overnight. It was the Death Clock hosted Brutal Karaoke. Imagine arguing with yourself as all 5 members of the band, singing death metal, particularly Death Clock songs, about 5 or 6 in karaoke, running buttons, running board, engaging with chat, producing and acting. I make it look easy. Let me be particularly clear here. It is not easy. It is not easy in the slightest. It is some of the most difficult things to do to put on a radio program without a staff. I've somehow got good-ish at it. Like I'm not Doomcock. I'm not at Doomcock's level yet. But it takes practice. Practice doesn't really make perfect, but practice makes, well, practiced. For lack of a better term. All right. I
was going to say, we've probably got 5, maybe 10 minutes at a push. I need to definitely have a break before next streams.
Yep.
So
all right. Well, this one's relatively short.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and get this one out of the way. This one I recently written, much to the chagrin of the release of Captain America 4. And again, if you like this kind of variety entertainment, I do this alongside character impersonations, Q&As, video clips, scripted bits, and more. Thursday nights, regularly-ish, at least 2 a month. And then right after Friday Night Frolics, right after Doomcock, I keep the party going with the after party matinee series. But I also do game shows, karaoke, and a punditry show called the Starcast on Saturdays. So with that, let's go ahead and get this one knocked out. This one is called The Star Spangled Sham with a Plan. Who's lame and gay, shitting on the American way? Oh, wait, no, that don't sound right. Who vows to fight like a man, no enhancements today? Well, at least that's the truth. Who will campaign just to bore all America? Leave Marvel fans all to store around America. From the shores to the heartland, the Star-Spangled Sham with the plan. Look, we're trying to sell war bonds here. We can't ignore the reshoots culture war that will win. Well, That's motivational. Who'll hang a noose on the production hell from within? Well, who will indeed start to piss off America? At least the comic book fans across America who cinematic old spam the Star-Spangled Sham with the plan. Well, at least it's a little bit more accurate, right? Who'll make the YouTube pour drinks, double shots on the rocks? Please double those drinks to 4, thanks. Who's making Feige afraid to check up on the Disney stocks? He knows who he's batting for. Who faked the name represented by America? We know Steve Rogers is the Captain America. Who blemish what Cap began? Taking the fight to Japan. The Star-Spangled Sham with the plan. He's lame and gay, shitting on the American way.
The lyrics are so on point, though, aren't they? They're just so on point for that film. It's untrue.
Remember, the golden rule when writing a parody, even if you're not confident in carrying every note, lyrical syntax. You can get your register and your cadence later. Lyrical syntax will sell a song even if you're singing at an amateur karaoke level. And I highly recommend that you just take whatever song you're writing, put the stanza of the song structure is also important so that you know your bridges, your reprisals, and your choruses. You want to make sure that that's on the left side, and then you're writing and counting the syllables on your hand to line up those sentences to make sure that it's nice and it's posh and it's crunched and passable and sellable.
Yeah, totally agree with you. Totally agree. Right, guys, we're going to have to wrap it up there, though. So, as always, from me to the chat, thank you very much indeed for dropping in and sticking with us all the way through this, quite possibly the longest Sunday Spotlight we've had in history by none, but it's for a good reason. We've had 3 excellent guests on the show today. Definitely go check out every single one of them. All their links are in the description. DadManWalking, are we going to find you anywhere next 24 hours, 48 hours? Where are you going to be?
Let's see what I'm thinking. Actually, it became kind of a squirrel stream in its own way just because I showed up, Tombi. Let's see. I probably will not be because I'm going to be with Mom the next couple nights with the rehab. Possibly Tuesday night, maybe Wednesday night. I think Wednesday I'll be home because Mrs. will be with her. So probably Tuesday night I will do something, whether it's a Fortnite early in the night, or I may say, hell, I'll do a squirrel stream at 10 o'clock Tuesday night. So probably look for me on Tuesday night. At this point, Mrs. is live now at with her series of The Pretender, but also her staple show, 10 o'clock in the morning every morning Eastern. The Morning Muses with Mrs. Dadman, and she's got probably other builds and stuff during the afternoon. But that's where you'll find me. That's where you'll find her in the next 24 hours. And I tell you what, if you've never had a chance to listen to her in the morning, she will brighten your day. Because when I've had to work at home before, I'm sitting here working and I'll just hear this laughter. There could be 3 or 4 people to chat, not really coming, and I'm just hearing her laughter at her own stories. And I remember the mic now. I'm back to the mic. And just hearing her just laugh at the memes, humoring herself is just very contagious. So definitely go by and you get your daily dose of positivity with her. And again, thank you, Tombi, for all that you did to her. Let me pass that along again from her to you.
No, you're
and thank you for your support to me and reaching out. And I'm really looking forward to Fortnite soon, among other things with you in the future, Tombi. Thank you. And thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you to the new subscribers. And, come on. We'll keep the party going. Let's get to 750 and then 1,000. But look for a celebration soon. Thank you.
And then we've got the Man of Iron, the man of many voices and many talents, who's given us quite a nice and lovely round out to the end of the show. Tony, where are we going to find you next, my friend? Where are we going to find you next?
Coming up soon on the Stark of Iron YouTube channel will be the Stock Stakes Monday Night Game Show, where the chat can also become a contestant. Join now and you'll be able to put yourself into the runnings to become the grand champion at the end of Season 1, in which the winner will win a t-shirt from Stark Industries Internship Incorporated. That's right, not only will you have bragging rights until Season 2, but you'll be able to wear those bragging rights to your friends out and far and abroad. This advertisement was again brought to you by the fine folks of the Nuka-Cola Corporation, Bright Otis Cigarettes, and Iodine Toothpaste, because if you are going to ruin your smile with the first two products, you can take it on home and be the overachiever and the talk of the town by using a tube of unmitigated bleach and fluoride. Thank you very much, our good friend Tombi, for giving me this proper shout out and the boost needed to tell Google that we are here and doing this thing. And be sure to subscribe not only to myself, but also to Tombi in case he gets one of those hashtag upticks from his multitude of engagement angles, as well as the great DadMag and DadMan and Mrs. Let me repeat myself. A blooper! Holy shit! Thank you one and all for everybody who has engaged with us in the chat. And be sure to comment at the end of the live stream because YouTube likes that sort of thing.
Oh boy, that was a mouthful.
Back into you. Right, okay, and with myself, thank you very much indeed for joining me, to Mrs. Dadman, and TonyStark for keeping me company whilst we're going through and just learning a little bit about the content creators. Make sure you click all the links that are in the description, all that good stuff. I'm going to be back in 45 minutes with Mirden to play some Final Fantasy XIV. In fact, it's going to be with Mirden and Smooth the DJ doing a little bit of gaming this evening. Until then, guys, thank you very much indeed. It's been absolutely fantastic to have such a good stream. And until then, ciao for now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So let's wrap up of the spotlight. Sunday with you, it's a treat. Tombi's highlighted all the creators. We have shared and shown some light about creators we know and love. They make the content we can't get enough of. The grind of being small can really be tough. Every Sunday we show love. We build our community and family, making space for the ones who are like me. But this is more than marks and they're more than creators. I call them friends, now I'll see